Let's get it. So we got some pretty good duos then.
Yeah, most definitely. Just a single Elim. Even all that scrappy battling back and forth here. Only one Elim to show for it. Encode and Bolts, though, holding down their own here. Meanwhile, Josh and Yamzo listening to all this go down. They are actually the gatekeepers of the Edge of the Storm here. Now, I'm thinking if they knew what teams it were, they wouldn't even be moving this soon here. But even if they get to the next zone early, they'll still have a lot of visuals here to look back in onto these teams here. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Muzz and Sphinx once again early in the storm here, finding themselves somewhat out of position, but look at this, it's not for no reason. You were waiting for Noisy. We can't even see the tags going down there, but Muzz ends up finishing the deal there.
Yeah, Muzz and Sphinx, you guys are wondering what they're doing here at Elite Armory. Not every drop spot has this benefit, but they do have launch pads around their drop spot. You see them in their inventory. They're tossing them further and further back of zone. And I know you're wondering, what is that crazy? No, they're throwing it closer and closer towards their launch pad. So when it does get to the 5th zone, when it does get to the 6th zone, they're going to use that fizz, use the launch pad and med kit before, so they can safely rotate away from all these teams that we've seen already kind of
What's going on, brother? See, what did that freaking... Huh.
in terms of qualifying for EWC. Below them, you have Josh and Yamzo on 90 points, another team that they don't have to necessarily worry about. So as long as Enough and Salt play consistent games, they might not even need high elimination games like we have seen some of the other teams go for.
Yeah, they're really being carried by their placement points right now. Well, look at this, RPG in hand for Queasy. Not a lot of ammunition though to work with.
Couple of minutes
shotgun,
I've been
but
in here, they've been
plenty here.
spectating Josh and Riley and talking about them.
So we're starting to look at the zone though. This is starting to look like most of the teams have already made
yeah,
their
they're
rotates
definitely in
in.
it to win it. They're 4th place. I actually looked at the leaderboard before the tournament
Yeah,
even
a few late
started,
rotations
or
still coming
not
in the
even
backside of the zone, but you
started,
can see
before
why
I
everybody's
actually
playing
came
so
in here and
safe.
started watching.
6th zone, moving into the 7th.
Kind of
This
shocked
is the stage of the game that
how many
Reboots will turn off.
Oh, they are
So even though there's
playing. I was about to
30
say
seconds left, you don't
Peterbot and
wanna go
Pollo
down
aren't
here,
playing. They are. They're just
especially where the zone
obviously
currently is. You might be able to fall
they're
down into
dead
Chisel
last.
Cubes, but if the
They
zone
don't
moves
give a
over towards
fuck.
the eastern side of the map, good luck getting out.
Then it's only game 3, but obviously if I'm Peter and
Sales got some
Pollo, dude,
serious
I don't give a fuck,
eyes on the
dude. I
few
already
duos
qualified
here.
for the land for this
Like their
shit.
positioning probably the most right now is their dead center as well here. Just waiting for this next zone to pop here. Get to see it reveal together. Here comes the next big moving play here. Already though, teams are starting to get a move on it. It's going west and south now, just outside the Chisel Cube. Peterbot Pollo going with the early crash pad here from the outskirts. Trying to be one of the first to get up and into this positioning here for the high ground. I wonder if they're gonna go for it and really kind of hold it down, but maybe not after losing all this
They were
material
alright,
here.
I
Scuffed
guess.
them a fair bit. Peterbot
I
even
mean,
giving
there-
them a little bit
it was
extra
kind of
room to
like
work
you
with
said,
on
there
the
wasn't
backside
as
there, just
many
as a
sweats,
safety
but
retreat
there's
measure.
still some sweats.
Kind of that double-edged sword of rotating early.
Pretty
Pollo doing
much.
just that, because you see Chisel Cube, basically the Grand Canyon with
Yeah,
how much
that's what we
space
were
they have
doing. We were
underneath, but
representing
huge
Stream
mountain
Dreams.
ranges on each and every
Warrior
side.
asked
You
me
wanna
a
be one of the
couple
first
weeks
teams
ago,
up the
and I
hill.
was like, hell
Allow
yeah,
you to
I'll
look
play.
back, be a little bit more comfortable on this rotation.
And
Kurt
then
Higgs basically having to wait for
literally
other teams to rotate
last
by.
night,
That's Josh and Yalzo,
realizing
but
like
somehow they overtake
all the
them
stuff
with
that's
that
happening
shockwave
today,
on that
like
rotation. And this is
besides
why I'm
all the
thinking
streaming
up
stuff,
the side of
I
the hill
shouldn't
quick,
even
fast,
be
and
here
hurry
right
should
now.
be
I
the
should
name of the
be at
game,
my
'cause as
friend
soon as you get
Mikey's
there, you have the
celebrating
luxury
his
of being able to
birthday
look
with
back.
him and Big Panda.
Yeah, definitely want to get in position. This is what Peterbot and Pollo were trying to accomplish. They did it
I
a
have
little
work
too
tomorrow,
early. Seems like
so
the team with
that-
the
that's-
best positioning was Cold and Rapid before.
And it's,
Peterbot and Pollo actually just landed on
morning.
top of their base and took the high ground. Already starting to flex up their positioning here. Cold and Rapid can, in theory, edit this
Well,
down, but
I've already thought about
probably
this.
won't be worth it given how
I got-
low they are right now.
I got half of that
Oh, this
50
is a
pot still
terrible
from
rotate for them
the
too.
celebration stream. I was thinking
Majority
about
of
just
lobby
giving
does
the
get a
rest to
little bit of a
him.
max pull here,
Let him
so
go
it's all
to
about how
fucking
you
town
play
on
the
it.
hand that you're dealt. For Golden Rapid, quick damage, make them box up. Allow
Do
for
that
one
for
less
now,
team
and
to
then
tag you as you
I
make
was
that
like,
rotation over, but you
just
see Golden Rapid
tell
could
him
be
wait
separated, have to utilize
a
another
week or
shockwave.
so. I
While
think
all
I
that's
get
going
paid this
down,
week,
Bolton
and then
Acorn
I'll get
can
him
do
a
nothing
cart
but
for
watch
his
Peterbot
birthday.
and Pollo start to build towards that high ground. It's been game after game after game. They're going for it. And right
Well, I
now,
mean,
Bolton Acorn,
the shit
instead
that
of
he
being
does for
distracted by
me,
that,
like,
they find that elimination
I
on the
generally
vert. It's only a
felt
knock, though, so
bad,
his
but
teammate
like
is
I
still in the
already
game.
had stuff planned before.
Italy
Like
there.
he even
Either way, that
said
was
that
like
we
a
were
nice
gonna
little
try and do
refresher, you know?
anything
He
for
didn't
his
have
birthday.
Much. They only got about 200-300 material count off that, but it's still plenty to keep them nice and capped now. So
Yeah.
Bolton Acorn is set up really pretty here. 6 elims as well, so pretty much a really good momentum-driven.
Yeah,
game
no,
so far
literally,
for them. Braids
as
and
soon
Brutus
as
still
I
have that
seen the
mythic
streamer
drum in
games,
hand as well.
I
Very
think I started
dangerous
paying
load out
attention
there.
about it literally this
I think
week
that's
and
Bolton
stuff
Acorn really
because
just elevating themselves up and over the
I
lip
knew it
here.
was obviously
Adding
today,
pressure,
and I'm
dialing
not
up
gonna
with
lie,
Salt nearby.
me and
Really
Warrior
careful not to
haven't said
overexpose
or
themselves.
done anything
Let's
about
make a play on the
the
moment here.
tournament, so I was just like
Storm trying to
kind of
pull
lost
through
and
fast
confused
there.
if we were even
They're
gonna
just trying to
actually
keep
play,
themselves
and we
completely
did.
capped off here. They'll likely be going for a big high ground play. We'll keep eyes on them, but Peterbot and Pollo are the team to look
No,
out
he's
for.
been. I was just gonna say, yeah, he's been
Yeah, you
having
can
life
see them even
stuff. I
kinda, like,
get that.
chopping off one direction as
That's
the
why
zone
I've
pulls
just
back
been
to the
like
other.
leaving it. I
Pollo
don't.
getting another elimination. 6
I'm not gonna
of the
bother him
game,
about a
playing
game.
catch up, playing it perfectly. Spot out Higgs curve rotating over. Good damage there. But instead of shockwaving on over, you see he has the grappler instead. He uses that.
I
to get
don't
the
like to
front
bug
side
people
try to
in
connect.
general,
And this is
honestly.
where Pollo's gonna stay back, try to make sure nobody flanks for free, letting Peterbot do exactly what he wants on the front side of the zone.
Yeah, it looks like Yamzo took down Rapid as well there, so already dismantling starting to take place here. Muzz and Sphinx still sitting at 2 elims right now. Not on the low ground as we've seen them in the previous game, so game 3 playing a little bit different here. We'll see if they end up switching things up and pretty much committing up to the mid layers. Higgs and Curve back to the original strategy,
I don't
playing to
even
the
know.
ultimate low sides. See a quick movement here. A lot of pressure coming in from Peterbot and Pollo up top, and Sphinx. Muzz getting greedy here as they continue to inch their way up. But I think the high ground team already knows what these guys are thinking here.
Yep, and everybody else just trying to go ahead and use that launch pad. Threads visuals, ritual agers. They have the option to try to land on high ground, especially especially if they're distracted just like that, but they're just going to try to find their spot safely in that mid layer. Queasy and Scare, same thing, but they're taking a lot of pressure from all angles, but they're working their way up the side of that mountain. Scare goes up, tries to contest. Shockwave coming out from Pollo, trying to play defensively, stop them from pushing up higher and higher, but Queasy is not giving up. There's good damage onto both Peterbot and Pollo here. They could go down in just one shot, but it looks like Queasy and Scare are going to concede that height.
Yeah, it's crazy because as good as Queasy may be, a champion level player, when you're going against Peterbot and Pollo on their region, you just get to see the difference. You can see they will do what they want, especially in a 2-on-2 for Hype, but he goes back for it again. He just can't put his ego aside, and ooh, they end up paying for it. But in the end, they do trade out Pollo there too, as Salt and I Am Enough take advantage of the chaos there as well. And once again, their timing is incredible. They are the team with the high ground here, and they're looking to go for back-to-backs.
Yeah, that's the second game in the row. They take high ground while they're fighting it out. Peter, Pollo, Queasy, Scare, but it's Enough and Salt that are going to be the last one standing up above. But on this mid layer, you got Bolts going crazy. 5 eliminations, 2 more for Acore. We know how big Acore can go in the tightest of moments, but Bolts right now is being eaten alive by the zone. Braids and Bugha down below. They're controlling the whole tempo, but they're running out of builds. That could be their downfall here.
Yeah, I want to see what Yums is up to. I just keep seeing him pop in the feed as well. Muzz and Sphinx now at 5 elims. The last time we checked in, they had 2. So things are starting to rack up for them as well. Nice little side skirt rotate right there. Muzz just reading the zone perfectly there as he's going up and over this slight little mountain play here. Meanwhile, Salt and Enough just have full control here. No pressure in sight. Not a team situated to really contest them here and now. And they're just doing what they want with the lobby here. And then AJ comes off from the side. Great tag there from Majors. But it's Bugha, it's Braids here. They still have that mythical drum. Can they put it to work? There's the Yamzo. That's who I wanted to see. And he's the disruptor here.
Yeah, Bugha goes down. Braids going back and forth. Finds that big elim on the Yamzo. Siphon's huge, keeping him alive as he's forced outside of zone. Meanwhile, they're focused on the Braids. That's going to allow for Agers to safely heal up in this position. Enough and Salt, they have relentless pressure on the backside of zone, and they go back to back with 9 eliminations. Blake said he was talking to him. I don't know what exactly he said, but it must have been good.
Yeah, he must have given
I
a
don't
nice
even know
little
what.
some words of motivation.
I mean, obviously, I think they're Division 1 if they're playing this, but their names was
disruptors of the qualifier right now. No one saw them coming, but
but
now we all know they are here. I mean, Zeke, at this point, you got to give me your thoughts on them.
I know one of them's name was I Am Not Enough or something like that, or I Am Enough, something like that.
What did you tell him? I don't want to take credit for anything, but
Oh, I Am
I was
Enough
talking to
and
Salt. He said they were going
Salt
up for height, and he meant it
3X.
because back-to-back wins. It's his first EWC finals, and he's got back-to-back wins in the first 3 games. Vivid. I don't even know what to say.
I mean, yeah, these guys are just playing way
Oh shit,
too
that
good
just
right
put
now.
them in
It's just
first
on the
place.
back foot of them timing the higher ground retakes way better than anybody else. We kind of saw them flying up in the sky, and it was timed so well because we were like, oh my gosh, look at this. It's Queasy and Scare versus Peterbot and Pollo over the high ground, and then it was like, oh my gosh, Salt and Enough, they're full HP. They haven't been in the mix. That's kind of been happening over the past minute. And now they're going to be the team.
You
that's gonna be
know,
able to
I'm
just
not
go
gonna
ahead,
lie,
take the high
crazy
ground,
thing
pretty much
about I Am
uncontested.
Enough, I've
Again,
been
just
in a
on the
couple of
back
his
foot of the
lobbies.
time, and you can see the cleanup for the rest of the lobby.
That's why I
The
sit
lower
there
ground
and
starts
say
to
I
get
don't know if
chaotic. Y'all
he's
start to kind
considered
of
a pro
make it
because like
easier for
I've
the
been
guys
in
up
so
on
many
high
of
ground
his
to take them
lobbies.
down on the lower ground because they're all just so low HP after going head to head. I mean, this is crazy. We kind of went over, what was it, like 7 duos?
Like,
at the
yeah,
start of the
no,
show?
I
Like, dude,
deadass
all of these
wonder
guys have
if,
to make it
because I've
to the
heard
EWC
just a
finals. I mean,
little
like,
bit
they
about
just
him
have
because
to.
back in
There's so
Chapter
many big
5
games.
when he was like
I Am Enough and
not
Salt
had
were not
any
a
like
part of those
attention
7,
at all to
and,
his name.
Man, I'm disappointed in us. How did we not have those guys up
Clicks
there?
was saying like,
Dude,
oh, this is a pro, like
ground
this is a
is
pro.
such like a-
No,
that's
he
like a
obviously
skill,
wasn't a
like,
pro.
it's like
He
a
was
skill
just
that
a
you
casual
master.
rank
And to
grinder
watch,
during
like,
that
Pete and
time,
Pollo
but
go up against Queasy on height, like, and then all of that kind of devolved so quickly, went awry, and then these guys again are just like, hey, this is
Right.
the perfect time. Let's take height, and they get a back-to-back. with
I'm
9
starting to
elims.
feel
Oh,
like
boy,
that's what I
guys.
need to do.
These
And
standings,
after
look
today,
crazy.
there's
And
literally
we're
no
gonna see the
tournaments
matches
until
break.
July
Okay, all right,
13th,
don't
and
go
I'm just
anywhere.
like, fuck it, I'm gonna start
We gotta talk
grinding
about
rank.
some things. We'll see you right after this.
Now, if it was the normal rank system, I'd say I'd probably be champion or in both freaking BR and Reload, but we got Elites 1 through 3, Champion 1 through 3, and Unreal 1 and 2 now. Psh, I'd probably be like yeah, Vayne was playing. He killed me game 3. Fucking Captain Racho. No, because I took him out and then Vayne got me and then I watched Vayne died after. Yeah, Vayne and Racho. I don't get how it was done. It was 4 games and it was over. Honestly, I'm kind of glad how and when it ended because I missed a couple of games. And I'm not gonna lie, I watched most of the EU. I think I missed the final game, honestly, and that was it. And I'm not gonna lie, it was trash. We're not that good. Sounds about right. See, I kind of wonder if Mongrel is doing something that fucking typical gamer did. Said, if you win a game with my skin, you get this amount of money or this amount of subs. Because I just watched both Peter and Poyo wearing the Mongrel icon skin.
They have 192 points.
Mongrel is a OG player. He played World Cup as well against Booga and Savage and fucking Flicks, all them. For the longest time he was like the king of EU.
Guys kind of keep up the momentum. Obviously, we've seen how chaotic High Ground has been. I don't know, man. It would be
I literally sat
crazy
here
to
and I was like,
continuously
dude,
go
this
for
is
High Ground and be
literally
able
the
to
same
maintain
situation with the
kind of
typical gamer
consistent
skin.
placements that they are,
This
you know,
long?
pulling off right now.
Yeah.
Acorn and Bolts, though,
Like,
still
it took
maintaining
this
their
long?
second place right now, 158 points. Obviously, they are only
Right.
4 points ahead of Josh and Riley, but if you do take a look at the unqualified team in Booga and Braids, they do have a pretty big lead over those guys. So Acorn and Bolts feeling pretty comfortable as it currently stands.
Yeah, and that was actually their worst performing game, but it was still a good game because they're getting those eliminations. With 7 eliminations that game, that keeps them into the second place. Yeah, they're going crazy.
Me.
It's kind of weird, right? Like, you say that's like their worst game, and you're right. Like, their worst game is a 10th place with 7 elims?
Fuck it.
Okay, Acorn and Bolts, okay. But as our good friend Vivid called out, obviously, you know, Josh, Yamzo, they've got themselves a quality little crown. They're good to go. 1 spot down. The lion roars once again as Booga Braids. They climb that leaderboard, 126th place. Or points, rather.
Oh
They have a
shit!
3rd
Speaking
place
of
there,
Booga,
with 4
He's over here in third
eliminations. So
place.
these guys
Wait a
are
minute.
looking to
Wait a
make
minute.
that
Is the
run.
old man
And
about
I
to
think what's
qualify?
interesting here, Viv, is we got a few duos that have already qualified around
No
them,
fucking
right?
way.
So as long as we keep some of these players around us, we could see a qualified spot, right? Even if a duo that's qualified goes above us, hey, that spot's rolling back down to us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the leaderboard said they only went up 3 places.
Click on
from
the,
how well
if
they
you
did
see a
that game,
tournament
but
that
we
says
actually take a
Reload
look about how
Elite
many places
Series,
they
click
jumped
on that
up
one
from
and
game
go
number one.
to
They were
full
in dead
leaderboard.
last place, so
Oh yeah,
these
they're
last
fourth
couple of games
place.
have been very
Damn,
strong,
dude.
and excited to see if they can kind of continue up at this
The
upward
myth,
trajectory that
the
they're on.
man, and the
Yeah, they were
legendary
kinda under the radar
motherfucking
after game one,
Booga,
and after
dude.
getting back-to-back third places, that's super consistent.
Doing
And
shit
if they
that.
keep this up,
Oh,
they're just
do
only
I
gonna
even
go
want
up.
to
And like
finish
Zeke
this?
said,
You know what? Fuck
with
it.
people
I'm gonna
already
say it
qualified at the top
for
of
the old
leaderboard, that
time.
spot's gonna drop down.
Booga's
They don't
doing
need to
shit
get
that
second
Clicks
place.
can't do,
They just need to
dude.
stay around those teams already qualified to secure that spot to the EWC.
Man, what a time to be alive. We want to watch more Fortnite. So casters, back over to you.
Y'all can't
You know,
stop,
one
bro,
thing is for
because
certain, Monster.
literally
We've seen it in
after
qualifier
the
1,
freaking
qualifier
LAN
2,
event that we
qualifier
watched,
3, and I'm sure
yeah,
we're gonna
there's a
see it
freaking
here
mobile
again
one
today.
going
When
on.
you're that high up on the leaderboard and you need to qualify,
yeah,
with
dude,
such
they're
few
starting,
spots,
starting to give
sometimes you just put a
mobile
target on your back.
more like
Yeah, most
tournaments
definitely.
and stuff.
And as they only have a 40-point lead over the rest of the lobby, we're just gonna have to see if it can hold up.
No fucking way.
Almost here. Into the halfway point, the final game before it actually happens, and immediately you see it on screen. Mason taking down Peterbot. Elite Armory, where only 2 teams were supposed to land, becoming more and more contested. You
mean,
gotta imagine why. Probably a hot drop. You can instantly get 10 toes
Oh,
down and try to
shit.
go to work. Acorn even going down. So Noxy
Yep.
and Mason getting 2 early game eliminations here.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Muzz and Sphinx have almost maintained the consistency as the most dynamic duo
probably.
in the early game this time.
Probably,
Both
most likely.
deciding to come to the Armory. It's going to backfire a little bit there as Sphinx unfortunately gets taken down. But Acorn and Bolts have played exceptional
think-
early game.
Actually, hold
Fortnite
up.
so far. But,
Is
you know, my question though starts
yes.
to aim
No,
towards Salt
there's
in enough
only
here. Just a little bit. Like I am
one
very
controller
curious
player
to
in here
see
that
if
I
they can
know of.
maintain not this winning pace they've
The
set
rest,
themselves
the
on, right?
rest
That's
is
so
yeah, and the
unrealistic.
controller
However,
player is the one that won
consistency. Can
fucking
they now do enough to just
FNCS
remain
before
in
the
lead
LAN
and
event.
not throw away the 40 or 50
And then,
buffer that they have
nah,
between
cause
them and
here,
everyone else.
okay, so I don't know if I
A
even
good
told
number
you
of
about
eliminations,
this.
but the
So
biggest
it was
difference is
Clicks and
Mason
Higgs,
and Noxy kind of going on the
Curve
hunt,
and
finding their
Venno. They all
eliminations.
split
Enough and Soft
and
just
then
kinda let the
switched
game
duos. So
naturally
now
play
it's
itself out. If they get an Elim, if
Clicks
they
and
get an
Venno
Elim, if
and
they
Curve
don't,
and
they don't.
Higgs.
Either way, those back-to-back wins helping for sure. Threats just hiding on the outskirts.
And
This is somewhere where he did
Curve and
land
Higgs are
initially
playing
far
in
away
this
from his
tournament.
teammate Visuals, who
And
already went
fucking
down
Venno
so far
and
in this game.
Clicks
So
aren't
Threats
even
has a lot of
playing. They're not
pressure
even
on himself here
qualifying
to
for
try to stay
nothing.
alive, and that's why you're seeing him try to shockwave away from the opposition.
Yeah, doesn't want to take an unnecessary
even-
1v2 here and give away the nice loadout. He's
Which
managed
one?
to kind of piecemeal together here off the contested drops.
I was gonna say it's
I was gonna say
probably
Chip and Tootsie that
the
might be
Morph
waiting for the
Fight
pickup
Mammoth
there, who will
pistol or
pay attention to
the
the feed.
actual
Braids move
pistol.
on the other side.
Yeah, the Mammoth.
There's
I'm not
Zeke
gonna lie.
Fest.
I
Booga
don't like the
already
Mammoth
starting to
pistol
make
that they
his
brought
comeback,
into this
so already
one.
known here. Game one, not
I
exactly
mean,
the performance
I'll
they were
be-
looking to secure, but since
Yeah.
then they have trended
yeah.
upwards very strongly, throwing themselves straight into the conversation here and now, and essentially they're the next team up that's behind Acorn.
Just need one good game here to really change the tide, start to build that confidence and momentum, just like Jack and Boji. Even though they're disengaging out of this fight here,
Like, who
we've
are these
seen them
guys?
in the early game get a couple of eliminations.
not
We've
good.
seen them.
Who
kind
the
of in
fuck
mid
are
game as
these
well, but
guys,
Yeah,
bud?
exactly what you said. They get
I don't
want to
look at
kind of
these
puts them in
guys.
two different
Different
directions.
POV.
Boji,
Oh,
if he gets
wait,
caught out here,
hold
you
up.
see Agers, 20, Chimp, people spot
I
out
was
a
about to
solo,
say,
they
I
intend to
see
go.
Agers
Yeah,
coming
Jack
up.
unfortunately said Boji flying in the wrong direction there. He was a little too hasty. The way he played those shockwaves out, trying to
See, I wish
get
in
away
the
from
leaderboard
the
thing it
pressure.
would tell us who's already qualified and
once he
who's
gets
not.
caught by Agers there off to the side. Agers didn't even have a full HP bar there, so that Siphon very much
the only,
welcome for him.
Like,
Chimp's already
out of
long
the
gone.
top 10 that I know
He's
that's
probably
actually
confused as to
qualified
what happened. They were
or
hoping to
not
drop down
qualified
for
is
quite
only
some time
Booga.
there.
That's the only one I
Even
know that's
Chimp
not
seems to
qualified.
have fallen a bit behind here in the early
And
game, so not exactly the game they wanted.
I'm pretty sure.
Major's doing exactly what he was doing in that last qualifier. Barely missed out on getting that spot
I want to say
secured, but
it
was
might
he
be
who was the
top
one hunting around
6
for
for
these early
qualify.
game eliminations. And Ritual's the one that's really trying to buy him time just in case he does go down. And you kind of saw that first elimination in the distance. Hunting rifle being
They're
put to
already
use. 20
qualified,
gets
I'm pretty
hunted
sure.
down. That goes his second elimination here, back to back, as he picks up his fourth
Both
overall.
of them.
Agers right now is being the catalyst.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
of if
both
him
are
and Ritual
qualified.
gonna be able
Both
to make it to EWC.
fucking.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting
Twist
because Ritual was down for a
duos.
second there, so whatever was going on, whatever Ritual was playing
Yeah,
that game
yeah.
out,
Pollo is
clearly
definitely
ended up backfiring
Mexican.
there, but jumping over to Queasy and Scare. This is some exciting play we've put on screen for these two here. Queasy really forcing the high ground plays. Like I talked about, I made the call last game. All I can think of is he just can't put his ego aside. He can't help himself. He just wanted to fight for high ground and try to go for the win, but that ended up being the downfall.
What's
for them.
Peter and Pollo doing down here?
Now, though, everyone's playing the
Oh,
Storm
the
here
worst
pretty, again,
fucking
consistently
mythic
game after
SMG
game. There's really
ever.
no rush in this type of format here.
And you see Peter Pollo using the launch pad, just trying to find anybody out. And that's why Queasy's scared, hidden. Rise, though, along with Curly.
Come on,
Been a big
Booga.
scuffle against Booga and Braids here. A little bit of a 2v2, but you see Shockwaves coming out. Braids is going to go down.
Oh, no.
Booga,
Oh,
3
no.
Come
HP,
on.
forced to stay alive. And Curly's already hunting, and he has the mythic Iron Pump. One shot, even
Let's
at
go,
full
let's
health,
go.
he'll
He
go
lost
down.
him.
But Booga doing his best.
Start healing,
hiding
start
behind
healing.
a
Use
rock
the
to
med
buy
kit.
time.
Booga,
And you
use the
see
med
that's why he's
kit.
not popping the med kit.
Booga,
Doesn't wanna
use the-
give
there
over
you go.
any audio visuals until he knows Braids is back.
Yeah, this is crazy because look, Rise is right behind him, but Braids is coming in from the sky there. That could have went either way, but Curly had no idea he was behind the rock. He would have thought that Booga might have went to the bush in front of him instead. In the end, though,
Rock with a
Booga
7
plays
stream
just
streak,
sneaky enough
W.
to stay alive and in the game. But look at this, no,
Always
Braids
in
gets
here.
caught out here. Booga has to hide
Round
once
table
again here and
check-in,
buy himself a little
W.
bit of time.
Yeah, it's just a
Hell
very,
yeah.
very unfortunate. We saw Braids
Yeah.
kind of reboot.
Third
come
stream
back
of the
down,
day.
In the distance, cold and rapid. Here's everything. It's like a giant rift in the sky when you do reboot, giving away not only your position, but an approximate location of where your teammate is at. That
Nah,
does stay alive.
after-
Peter Box
after
is trying to
coming
bleed through
in
those
and
builds. He has the
hearing
mammoth, but you can see
what-
less than 10 shots left.
Just hearing
And that's why he's
everything, yeah,
holding
no,
down
I could tell y'all,
SMG to try to
everybody
bleed through
was
some
just
of these
like
builds
having
as
a
quick as
great one.
possible, but this is where it gets a little tricky. Peterbot and Pollo right now don't have a clear fight against Dozier and Tyler, so the longer they stay here, the better chances of getting third-partied are going to be real.
That's funny as fuck.
Wow.
Like this. Look at the pressure coming in here. Peterbot
Okay,
Pollo
dude.
jumping down. Higgs curve set on the back foot, but they're defending just well. Already forced to just crank it out for a
that's
second
funny.
there. Higgs puts
There's
up just enough
Higgs.
defense. Now
Higgs
finds a new
versus
angle
Petey.
back onto Peterbot there and making them second guess this fight here.
Oh,
Peterbot
shit.
and Pollo are actually in a desperate situation when it comes to
Oh.
material, so this is going to go all the way through to the end here, and they find Curve. So just as I'm trying to set the stakes here that they need
Oh,
to
they
finish
only
this
got
fight,
one.
they end up getting
I was
one
about
of
to
the
say,
two.
did they get them both?
Yeah, that was a fight right there where you see Peterbot with the 3-weapon loadout.
Oh,
he only
yeah.
had 4
He
slices
definitely-
of
he's
pizza.
like, "No,
that does
I'm outta
not
here."
get you full HP, and depending
Look,
on how much
watch.
damage you take to
He
the
and
shield,
Pollo about to
it
start-
doesn't
oh,
heal
they
you
didn't get
all
up
the
in
way
time. They're
either,
gonna
so that was a
farm for
must-win
sure.
situation. But now Curve back in the game, 4th zone. This is where it becomes a very,
Oh,
very tricky
oh,
situation. Not only for
shit.
Peterbot and Pollo going on the hunt,
Oh,
but for anybody
shit.
else that's on the
Oh,
receiving end of shots
shit.
like this, because you don't want to go down.
Pete.
2 more zones are going to cleat, and then reboots will
Let
turn
them
off.
qua-
depending on where
Pete,
you're
let
at.
them
Might not be the best
qualify.
position,
Jesus
but
Christ.
Curve was able to get the knock on to
Okay,
Peterbot.
I
Lucky
forgot.
for him, Pollo's there to save the day.
I forgot that fucking Higgs and Curve are another
Definitely
duo
looking
that
pretty good
hasn't
here. They're already
qualified
at 4
yet
eliminations now, max
for the
material.
LAN event. So
Whereas
yeah,
before they
they
didn't
need
quite
to
have any
need
of
to.
that to work with.
This motherfucker Higgs is just camping, like
take a
letting
look at
Curve
this,
just
though.
get farmed.
There's a lot going on here on the map. Meanwhile, Cold and Rapid continuing
Oh.
to heat up here as well. They hunt down Braids.
All right,
Dude,
Cole.
Braids just can't catch a break. He just keeps coming back and then getting finished back to back.
All right,
over and over.
before whatever happens, like duo or
Noxie
not
getting in
even
the mix
duo,
right
the
now, picking up
trio and squad,
elimination,
whatever the
which is
next
huge because
layout
Mason's
for
not in the game
FNCS.
right now.
I
He's
need
stuck
to
on
see
Reboot with
Cold
the
and
knock.
Rapid
Elam
win
is just getting them back in the game
FNCS
a
before
little bit
it's
faster.
before
Peterbot and
anything
Pollo
gets
still
moved
lounging around
because
trying to
holy
figure out where he's
shit,
at, but Pollo
they're a
takes
good
surprise
duo.
shot.
They just
HP going right out the
They
window.
just
He's
laying
gonna stop
next
for
to
the med kit,
Peterbot.
knowing he has
Let's
a
be
lot of
honest,
space
Peterbot's
between
the
him
king
and
of
Higgs, and
NA.
It doesn't feel like Higgs is currently looking
I'm
to
sorry.
get aggressive. Peterbot
I'm
waiting
sorry,
just
he's our
outside
king
of
of
the zone. I
NA.
have to imagine he's hunting down Curve because you can see in the minimap he's trying to close that distance. 2 separate 1v1s going down between Peterbot and Pollo, and then Higgs and Curve.
Like,
See,
look
it's
at
gonna-
this. He's
and then
still
working out here,
harassing
once
the
again,
same
fight
player
back onto
over and
Curve.
over
They've already
again.
done it once. It's going to give them all the confidence to be able to do it again here. Curve's got a huge challenge set ahead of him. It's exactly where Peterbot wants him to be here. No shield, back against the wall.
Pollo
Teammate
got
comes in to back
killed.
him up. and
Nice.
They're just
Oh,
farming
look at
for
that.
points
Higgs
at
ran
this
off.
point in time. That puts him at 5 elims now.
He said, I'm going to go around.
Not too bad.
Still playing a little catch up, playing to their reputation as well as Golden Rapid. You saw them running around the map here in the first couple of zones, but as we get closer
Right,
and
there's
closer
still
to reboots
19
turning
other-
off, you
yeah,
see
there's still
their
a whole-
aggression
there's
slow
still, like,
down just
a
little
whole
bit.
lobby
Obviously, if there's
full,
opportunities
and
that they capitalize on them, they
we're
will
just
take
yeah,
them.
we're
But
just
in terms of
focused
hunting
on
down players,
Cold
especially ones that
Rapid,
are freshly
Pete,
rebooted,
Pollo,
it's taking a back seat for now.
Curve,
With only
and
one
Higgs,
elimination
pretty
here,
much. That's
Golden
all we're
Rapid
focused
are
on.
looking to find these
And
ladies
there's a
on their
whole
loadouts,
nother,
looking
like,
stacked
40
outside
other
of maybe
players. Come
upgrading that
on.
more fight setting up.
Well, see how it's going to play out. Again,
Oh,
this is game
because
number 4
everyone's,
here,
like,
so we're
pretty
really
much
starting to
right
heat up.
there.
We're getting to the deep water of the event here. Ritual Agers
Oh, yeah.
back at it onto Chimpin20. Chimpin20 also couldn't catch quite the break, but look at this. Agers and Ritual are on a heater right now. 7 elims, making up so much points that they missed out on throughout their overall performances. This is really pushing them way up the standings here now, and I mean, honestly,
don't
putting them in contention for the qualification
I don't know.
spot.
He probably did.
Yeah, honestly, coming into this,
That's
we talked
crazy.
About, like Peterbot's
pissed
60
me off, too.
eliminations. Right behind him was Agers though with 37. It's just the consistency for Agers and Ritual throughout the Reload Elite Series qualifiers, 9th, 13th,
Nah, he's
6th,
saying
the closest
Agers,
one
he's
coming in
saying his
qualifier
actual full
3.
name.
This one being the last chance to qualify is really putting everybody off the edge of their seats. But looking at the loadout here, Rise Curly, this has to be a game
The
you capitalize
freaking
on.
mythic
You have the
iron
gold hunting
pump and
rifle,
then
you
a
have the
gold
mythic
hunting
iron
rifle
pump,
is
which
crazy.
one-shots anybody
just
at
got
full
landed on.
shields. So you really have
You
to
just
make
got
these moments
landed
here
on,
count to
but
try
oh
and
no,
catch
they're
up.
all the way down on like ground. Never mind, I thought they got landed on.
Looking for the big shot here. Doesn't quite get it lined up there. But
Game is
they're one of
this,
the first to
game
get to
4.
the zone.
Oh
Look at
yeah.
the material count for Curly, actually. This is looking pretty desperate.
Actually,
They're gonna
want
need
to
do
go
something
see
big
right.
here
I'm gonna
if they
search it
wanna
up.
push
Who
forward
won
in-game.
EU?
They're not the
I
only ones.
guarantee
Higgs as well as someone in
Sky
the same
Scroll
boat
won
here.
it.
As we've already seen how Curve and Higgs have to fight their way all this time through the storm line here.
Hear the countdown coming in. Reboots will officially be turned off, so no second chances
Oh,
back
no
into this
reboots.
game.
Now
And
it's
I do like the overall
or
positioning
die.
though. For not only Threats and his duo, but Higgs and Curve as well, far away from everybody else. Now that the zone does pull towards the north, you got to watch out for the different elevations that are in the next zone, but they have so much time so that maybe they can use to either land damage on teams or rotate late because they have the Flowberry Fizz as well. And if you look at the bandage in the item slot, not maxed out on materials, Higgs and Curve are looking for any opportunity they can get.
And opportunities might just arise here. You never really know. They do have the favorite kind of zone pull here, so that's one little thing that's going to save them a little bit of pressure. Rise and Curly still looking for that miracle shot with the sniper rifle here, but nothing quite revealing itself. Comes the setup though. There can be Flowberry Fizz with the shockwave here shortly.
Oh shit.
There they go.
Sharkantini
Down and
won.
off the side of the mountain here, right onto the
Yeah,
heads of
that's
Cold.
crazy.
Talk about that miracle shot. Cold actually gets clipped with one big tag right there. No follow-up though. Instead, pressure from above from the other teams here, looking down.
A bit of a warning shot there from Curly. I like what the teams are doing pressuring, especially since Agers tried to go on the offensive. But as soon as that hunting rifle came out, Noxie didn't peek again. He said, you know what? You can have it. You positioned well. We don't need to be taking these risks. But as it stands, as of now, a new team. It might be 7th zone a little bit too early.
What I
seems
break?
to be setting their eyes on that high ground. That's Threats and Visuals. And this is a team they need
Oh, yeah, I
a
always
big
break
game
the TV.
in order to stay in contention. They're about, I think, 70 or so points down from that second second qualifier spot, even more so from that first place spot. So they really start to have to pick up the pace here.
Yeah, Visuals is going to be the team with the control of the high ground right now, alongside Threats there. Muzz and Sphinx have their positioning off to the eastern side of the zone. Bolts, Acorn going for the high ground.
Yeah, no, this is a crazy
The
ending.
launch pad play up just to render out, get the rotate
What do
here.
you mean?
Save up on some material.
I'm still
here,
watching
so does the rest of
the
lobby. This is
screen
first time
pretty
we see
fine.
Peter Boy actually using a strategy as well here.
Yeah.
Just kind of following the trend right now. Meanwhile, on the low ground, Rapid actually falls a little bit early there. Cold by himself, and we're past the reboot zone. So this is it. You fall now, you're out the game permanently here.
Yeah, nah, this is definitely a
This is
crazy
all
end game for
onto
sure,
the
though.
shoulders of Cold here by himself now, Jacob.
Yeah, he does have the dualies.
This
Little bit of
is-
a slow effect right there. They land the shots, pushing Northern Caliper out. Doesn't really
I was
have a
about to
ton
say,
of
I
extra
was-
shields
when
outside
you
of
said
the
the
pizza.
screen
That one's
broke,
almost
and I
gonna
was
be
like,
used
what?
instantly.
What are you
On
talking
the
about?
other
The
side,
screen's
though,
fine
Booga
for
and Brave
me.
looking to get aggressive for themselves. A whole box of pizza they don't want to let go to waste or get stolen away. But as everybody comes down from that launch pad, it looks like Acorn and Bolts might be the new team that is trying to poise themselves for the high
This is
ground.
what I
They're a
was
team
talking
that likes
about
to steal
earlier,
it
though,
away, not
E-Rock.
necessarily hold it all the way through.
Look at this, Peter
NA,
Bottom Boy
it
going
just
once
gets
again for
crazier. The
ultimate high as well.
storylines
They're probably
between
trying
it,
to
like
set
these
themselves
two
up for
right
a nice
here,
high
the
ground
flying
play
up
for a
high.
win, too.
Don't mess with them.
No big
Don't
points
mess with
earned
him.
on the placement categories for Peter Bottom Boy
Don't touch
just
Peter
yet.
Bond. Don't even look
Meanwhile,
at
Aegis
Peter
and
Bond,
Rituals
Poyo.
still sitting
It's
at 7
over.
eliminations, but that's just based off of all that early game consistency they managed to find.
Right now, it's essentially them just trying to pass up Booga and Braves.
Oh my
You see
God.
everybody
That's
still
what
use those
that's what I was
launchpads
saying about
to their
EU,
advantage,
dude.
and
No,
then,
because earlier in
more so
EU,
here
it
than
was like
ever.
a
It's more
whole
off the side
handful
the
of
mountain,
players
the
just
different
flying.
elevation changes. I think
And I was
teams
like,
like Peter
what the
Bottom Boy are
fuck,
taking
dude?
notice. We can take high ground early. We can try to hold on to it, but so many teams begin to shoot up and try to contest it. It may not necessarily be the best spot as Curly loses Rise. I should say the other way around. He's going to be stuck by himself down low. No extra shield, just the med kit in his back pocket with very little builds to work with. And luckily, though, Ager's going down. Top 14 teams, so at least placement points are starting to flow in.
I like it though. Look at this.
Yeah,
Just
but
going
it's
for a
not
nice
gonna
little hit
matter
off there,
for
buying
all
himself a
these
little bit
damn
of time.
solos, fucking
Threats,
Ritual and
Visuals, give
Rise,
up the high
because
ground, go
yeah,
for the
placement
super pad
points are
as
coming
well.
in, but you're running low on heals, dude.
Keep in mind, they were the team that were completely situated to hold it as well. Play this, Booga, Braids go up. They're trying to fight Neo.
Come on,
no easy
Booga.
for it. No real resistance there, so they'll be able to kind of base down here safely.
Show them that you're
Booga's
still the
only
king.
got 5 mats, so what are they gonna do with that?
Where's that? Where's that?
They'll
Where's
just have
that?
to
Oh, yeah,
fight
they're
for a
right under
refresh here
you.
shortly.
They're right under you. Go show
Trying to
Peter
find
Bond
some front builds,
Poyo,
end up
you're the
boxing
king.
Someone out. It's actually Threats who comes down, but no, he misses the tag that matters most there, Jacob, and then Peter Bond Poyo. They
Booga needs
time
to
it perfectly
remind.
as well.
I can
Remember,
still
they were
do
one of the
it.
few
I just
teams
can't
floating
kill
up
them
too,
yet.
so just like that, no contestion
Booga
for
just-
them up top, and it's all theirs.
No, Booga just
Yeah, I'm
died.
not sure how many teams even have the
Damn.
resources to try to fly up. They changed
Yep.
the strategy, and so far it seems to be working out.
That's,
Bolt's trying to hit a late
a little
pass.
crazy.
Braids trying
Oh,
to
there
hit a late
goes
shot.
Josh.
Gets the down onto Josh. Yamzo still floating
There's,
around, but Braids is not able to reap
Zo's
any of that
underneath.
reward.
Yep.
Only the Siphon, 0 builds. Muzz and Sphinx holding the other side out, and not
Oh,
only
God.
has the Mythic, the rocket launcher
Oh,
to
God.
watch out for. The only thing they're lacking in their inventory is a shockwave to get up.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of making every single endgame so far consistently here.
this, hold
Especially
up.
when they start playing
Here
into
goes
low ground, they tend to go
Twitch.
a lot better. But look
Let's
at
see,
this.
who's all
Squeezy,
playing right
of
now?
course, and Scare here coming up.
I'm gonna
RPG to the
go
high ground.
by
Then
players
they
that I
rocket
could think of
Poyo
right
and
off
Peter
bat.
Bond off to the side. They couldn't quite capitalize and turn it into some prime positioning, but they are disrupting them nonetheless.
Full
Meanwhile,
screen?
Acorn just waiting this one out here. Top 7 now.
I would say
Just trying to
Yamzo
make
is
his
most
way
likely
through to a little
streaming.
bit
He
more
streams
placement
literally
points there.
fucking everything. Yep, I could already
Can't really
say it.
afford
Higgs
to play
is
with the storm
streaming
here.
as
Meanwhile,
well.
Peter Bond Poyo putting pressure down low. They're already
Um,
at 7. Make that 8 elims. Can we see 9 here shortly?
I don't understand why Peter Bond or
Escaping down
Poyo's
below.
not
Acorn
streaming.
as well, the next in line. He gets targeted out by
I know
Tyler. Puts
the
in
reason
elimination,
for Peter
not
Bond
really able
not
to get to
streaming.
Max.
He said
left
he's
with
no longer
absolutely
streaming
nothing to
tournaments
his
no
name,
more
but he
because he's
turns
sick
around,
and tired of
lands a
getting
big
fucking
shot
stream
on the
sniped.
Threats.
And I was
Threats
like, that's
finishes the
believable.
fight.
But like
His
when it
third
comes to
elimination of the game,
tournaments like
barely
this,
picking up
you can
scraps,
stream
those
that
going
stuff,
right out the
dude.
window, melted by high ground. Peter Bot and Poyo. Well, I say that loosely because now Poyo's left by himself. A solo. There's only one duo down below and another solo in his path.
always
Neo
more
and Noisy,
intense.
man, they've done such a good job playing as a duo.
Like, yeah,
and
obviously
especially
for
fighting
qualling
side by
players,
side.
I want
I'm really surprised
Bugha
to see
to
these
qual for sure,
different teams
but
kinda
just to
come up
flat
and
out
make
win
their-
it,
make
you already
themselves
know.
known here,
I'm
but
looking at him
it's
right
all up
now.
to Poyo. We've seen him
Peter
do
Bond
crazier
Poyo,
things in the
look,
past
Poyo
here.
alone
Unfortunately,
yet
couldn't
again. He's
quite
gonna
time the
solo
shotgun
clutch.
shot there, so kind of forced into defensive high ground reposition there, but Neo falls to the
shit.
zone. Poyo takes full advantage of that. Will
Oh,
he be able
shit!
to get
Poyo
it?
fucking
And then
did
the
it!
zone does the rest. And
Like
he
I
does it
fucking
once
said,
again,
Kings of
almost
NA.
effortlessly, as we're just trying to set this stage up.
Oh,
for
they're
what's
just
possible
cruising
there,
through the
Jacob.
leaderboard now.
Clutches since the FNCS Summit land in a solo situation.
place
Poyo
now.
brings his total to 3 against Neo and Noisy.
Good
Even
fucking
with
shit,
Peter Bot
Poyo.
down, saying, I have the crown now, kid. Peter
Good
Bot and
fucking
Poyo
shit,
win game
dude.
4 before halftime, Zeke.
Oh,
What the
my God,
fuck?
What is... Vivid.
Bro.
Vivid, why does this always happen? Why does this...
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Big
It
shout
always
out
happens
to
this
Jelly,
way,
for
right?
real.
You know, Peter Bob, Poyo, we're
Nah,
so jokey. Zeke,
so
we're hanging
Jelly
out. Oh, we
and
just game
Iraq,
one. Hee hee. Oh, just kidding.
Jelly
We come
and
back
Iraq
win
were,
game
like,
4,
telling
and
me
a
they wanted to
solo
see
clutch,
me
Vivid.
stream
I can't believe
3
it's
times today, and I was like,
Listen,
fuck it,
Jacob
I'll
kinda
do
called
it.
out, but Poyo right now, I mean,
Because
Peter Bot and Poyo kinda
I
rolls
was,
off
I'm
the
not gonna
tongue.
lie,
feel like
I was
Poyo
not
in
gonna
1v2s
stream
is
the
also
streamer
starting to
games
roll off
one.
the tongue, because this guy can just not stop
I was just gonna
winning
leave
them
it.
as of recent, right? Summit, he went absolutely crazy here in the RES. He's
Get a
going
little break
absolutely
between
crazy.
there
He got
because,
a
like,
huge,
half of that
huge
stream is
assist
just
from
gonna
the
be
Storm
me
on this
sitting in
1v2,
the
but
lobby
again,
waiting
still
to
kind of
queue
pulls it
up.
off. Great effort. I mean, yeah, and that's what makes it interesting, right? Like, is that you can never count these two out.
You cannot count them out. And Poyo with 7 eliminations looking absolutely primed up after that Summit performance that we saw just a couple weeks ago. And now this, and I think this is a prime example
Dude,
of
I
what
don't
this
even
new
know.
piece of party is doing to the meta. Because Neo and
Let
Noisy, this
me
is the second
go
1v2
see if
they've
it's
lost now, but wasn't
posted
really
at
a one-
all. It would be in Scoobert's Discord.
Oh, Poyo just going absolutely insane, Zeke.
Oh my gosh, how do they do this every time? It's fine, right? Like, what's interesting here is that was the halfway point. That was game 4. So
Yeah.
we've got 4 more games to make more things happen. It's fine, but now Peter Bot and Poyo are firing on all cylinders. So for the back half is going to continue to get more and more crazy. With that, where do they find
Doesn't
themselves
say
on the
who won
leaderboard?
or
We
whatever.
find out
They
after
probably
this
just
break.
announced
When we
it all on
return, we
stream.
break down more of what we saw from that game. We'll see you soon.
I'll just keep it real, dude. You guys think that we won. I don't even think we got top 5. I'm sorry, it's not even... No, yeah, it's not even like a thing with me and Warrior situation. It was, they chose our POIs. I wanted to fucking land Wonky Land, and Warrior was fine with it, and then they started saying, oh, we're gonna choose the POIs, and I was like, they're gonna give me a shitty ass POI. And they gave me fucking Heatwave Harbor, and I was like, dude, I know absolutely nothing about the POI except for the Mythic Shotgun, and I can't even really like walk out of the POI just to trigger the thing. Oh yeah. The Has Fam one. I think they did a wheel. I honestly feel like they did a wheel for it. Or no, they didn't do a wheel for it. They went in order and everything. And like, I'm not gonna lie, it was getting super close. And I thought we was genuinely gonna get Wonky Land, and we didn't get it. And we got literally the opposite side of the map. And I was like, yeah, a spot that I don't even know at all. Like, obviously, beginning of the season, yes, there was, I think it's not even 100 meters, 200 meters away, but there was a little building that I would land at by the soccer field close to it, but I wouldn't even go to Heatwave Harbor. I didn't even know about that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I can tell you how long it was right now. Hold on. My stream was about almost 4 hours long for that whole thing. That was way longer than the watch part, both watch parties, obviously. I even upload that one.
Sorry. Anyway, sorry, got a little excited there. Yeah, so welcome to the Reload Elite Series. You're just tuning in. Peterbot Pollo.
No, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it. No, I'm gonna keep it real. That was like 6 hours.
138 points is where they ended after that.
Yeah, we watched that for 6 hours, and we even played like 4 or 5 games of Blitz in the midst of it.
8th place, right? Don't freak out. We still got 4 more games to go. It's all good. But man, what a crazy.
That's why I'm sitting here like, yeah, I don't think like.
Say, hey, Peterbot, let's
cool,
go.
I can do obviously a watch party and all, but I don't think it's gonna be the reactions from what we had last time, just because it's reload and.
What the heck happened? But we started
yeah.
game number
Oh
1
no,
in
only the
second
top
place. That
2
was the first
teams
game
in
we had.
NA
And
fucking
now in
qualify.
game
So
yet another
the 2
second
top
place.
2,
We've come
yeah,
so
they
close
need
to
to
getting the
qualify
Victory
and
Royale.
actually do
And you know,
it.
they've like, yeah, the Victory Royale, of course, it's awesome. It feels great, and it just kind of gives you like a big boost to your energy morale. But second place is still so many points.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys are obviously doing fine, finding themselves in 6th place on the leaderboard. Still a lot of work to be done as it currently stands. Like that qualifying spot is at 191 points, and these guys are at 148 points. So, like I said, definitely still some work to be done. But in terms of kind of like the names that we're seeing make it to the end game right now, a lot of unsuspecting duos kind of finding themselves towards the top. So this is kind of great to see.
Yeah, and another duo I want to mention is Bugha Braid, staying consistent there on the leaderboard. And it goes to show consistency is key in this type of meta, because with how hard it is to get to those placement points, if you can get there consistently, you're going to keep climbing
I
up,
kind of
staying
wonder
on
for
top,
this
and
whole
that is exactly
tournament,
what
like
Bugha and Braid
with
are
the
doing,
teams
playing
that are in
textbook
here and they're
Fortnite
already
reload,
qualified and shit.
And you know,
Do they even
tough
fucking
about
like
that
actually
play
matter?
is we saw the little crowns, right?
'Cause-
Yamzo, Muzz, and Sphinx, they've already got themselves a qualifying
Let
spot.
me go look at this
Bugha in 5th place with
freaking
159
leaderboard
is
again.
not fighting them. He's fighting Acorn and Bolt in 2nd place.
3rd and 4th
191.
place both
So
are qualified.
We've got
That's
4
my
games,
example.
man.
So like
yes, it's
for
great to make sure we've got
the
these qualified
teams that are
teams
like
close by to make
6th
sure those
place,
spots roll
7th
down, but
place,
Acorn and Bolt,
are
they're
they
still a
technically
ways
3rd
ahead
and
of us.
4th then?
Oh yeah,
Or
absolutely.
not
man. You were
3rd
talking
and
about
4th,
ways ahead of us,
fucking
obviously enough and Salt
5th
have
and
played
6th,
absolutely
and
crazy over
then
the
5th
first,
place
you know,
is
3
technically
games.
3rd.
That 4th game right there, 0 points.
That's
They
what
got
I'm
19th
trying
with
to
0 elims, so they
think
gotta pick
about.
it back up here, game 5.
There's so many things developed, but I'm getting bored.
Okay, hold
We've
up.
gotta go to game
So,
number 5. The
3rd
action
place
continues, so we
and
ride back
4th
on the Battle
place
Bus. Casters, take it away.
on the leaderboard are already qualified for the LAN event.
This is what
The
happens
whole
when you get
thing for
comfortable,
this
the
right now
points
is
start
to
get
qualify
really
for
close.
to
Your
go to
Braids and
Paris
Bugha,
and
you're pretty
play.
excited
Basically
because their
what
only
we watched.
competition is Acorn Bolt, Salt,
yeah,
and
the
enough right
championship
now, and they're
thing.
not that far. Right, Jacob, because they managed to
fucking-
remain
So
relatively
I'm wondering
consistent
like
here. So
any of the
as we
teams
jump
that
into
are
game
actually
5, see how
qualified,
it
for
goes.
example, like 3rd and 4th, do they even matter? Because like I'm wondering if like 5th and 6th is technically 3rd and 4th.
The entire tournament, and honestly, you want to try to build as much of a cushion as possible. So you instantly see Northern.
I think that would
Visuals
make
both
a
going
little
down.
sense,
Not sure Rapid
but
will
if
pick it up
not,
both of those,
then
but that's a team right there
I
with Cold and
kinda
Rapid.
get
They
it,
don't even
'cause
necessarily
either
need
way,
a
this
top
is
spot
still
today.
playing
It's
for
more
money.
of a want than anything else, and they're just kind of disrupting the flow of games.
So I
at the top side of the
actually
map.
no, I'm
Muzz
pretty
versus
sure all
Majors.
the
Again, Muzz is gonna
placements
win
do
that
matter.
fight. Everybody taking a different
That sucks,
approach.
dude.
Rapid goes
Bugha's
down,
not
cleaning
in
up
qualifying
Muzz. Nobody
range.
even has a second to celebrate
Oh well.
getting an elimination
Who is
because
it?
another one
Acorn
happened
and
shortly
Bullets. I'm
after.
pretty sure.
Yeah, for a
is
second there, I
Acorn?
thought they got the full
Oh, no,
finish.
I heard
but no, still
Acorn's
see
an
20
OG,
duos,
but
top left, so
I don't
It's
think he
all
played
good.
World Cup
Folks have survived.
type of OG.
For what it's worth, though, Rapid and Cold earned themselves some nice little points here. They've done a good job getting early eliminations, but it's
he
that
doesn't.
end
Yeah,
game stretch.
he's from everywhere.
Or the placement points, which is very difficult. I'm talking about that. Of course, Peterbot and Poyer are looking at the drawing board right here, figuring out, hey, what can we do to go ahead and kill the momentum of the young dogs on top? But hey, look, they're playing good for good reason. Peterbot here at 3 HP right now. He's gonna need Poyer's assistance here shortly. Enough does enough to find his elimination there, and hey, that's all you need right there.
The player, yeah, he's in first right
It's
now
almost
too.
that feeling of deja vu.
Oh,
if you think
I
about
know
the last
exactly what's
qualifier where
fucking
Aoxy
going
and
on
Jojo
after I
Fishy
just said
were in
that.
a very,
Pete's trying to
very
grief.
similar situation. Everybody knew
Already,
they had the potential
Peterbot's
to
trying to
qualify,
grief.
but they didn't necessarily think it would actually happen. And as they were at the top side of the leaderboard, more and more teams began to land on them, try to take them out in an attempt for them to try to qualify instead. Peterbot and Poyo tried to do that here, but basically gave them one more point, another elimination, bringing their lead over
2
Acorn and Bolts
ARs,
to 2.
dude. That's a little weird.
Yeah, definitely, and they need those points too, right? Like,
I
you talk
mean,
about that
people have
19
said that
easily
the
placement point game they got
freaking,
before that, 13 minutes time alive, means that they
I
survived
don't even
for
know what
quite
that one,
some
the
time.
red one
and
or
didn't
the
really
red eye
earn anything.
one is called. Like the
Dozier
one name
and
for it,
Tyler.
but I know
Nice
people
little
say
job
if
right
you
there.
like
They're gonna
actually
find
hit
Higgs
the
and a full
shots
finish
right,
there
it can
too,
hit
so
like
that's
a
quick
shotgun.
couple points, throwing them up into the conversation,
I was
keeping
like,
them very
oh,
much
that
relevant.
makes sense, but
And, you know, you look
who's
at these
actually
points
gonna
and
carry that around and hit it
realistically,
like a
everyone's
shotgun?
Still very
I can
much
tell
in
you
the
this right
tournament,
now, there's no
right?
way in
Because
hell
you're
that I'm
Acorn
gonna
and
carry
Bolts, you
that
have to
fucking
play
AR
pretty
around.
much perfect from here on out. If you're salted enough, I mean, the question remains the same. You really don't have room to drop the ball. You have a game cushion now from the rest of the lobby, where before Enough and Salt had about a 2-game lead. So it really is getting very,
I am
very
enough
close
goes
now.
down to Poyo.
Look at
Let's
this. Poyo
go.
comes back.
Oh, did he
Getting
just
it
drop an
back
exotic for
the
Poyo?
teammate there in revenge style.
Don't give freaking cracked
That's gonna
out
set them off a little
loadouts to fucking Peterbot
Essentially
and
picking up
Poyo,
where
dude.
he
It's
left
gonna be
off.
game over. They
Turn in
won't die,
defensive
dude.
visuals. They're inside of the top
They're
10
gonna win
right now. They're inside of it. Enough
This
going
match
down.
is
I'm not
over.
sure if
It's
that was
Peterbot
enough.
and
Okay,
Poyo's
all
name
20
on
teams
it.
still up. So again, just getting put on the spin cycle, but again, threats and visuals. They've had a decent day. They have a 5th, an 8th, a 15th, which really kind of slowed down their entire momentum. And then in that last game, they did a 4th place as well. They started to pick up the pace with 5 eliminations in that last game, but they're roughly, I think, 70 or so points down. So they cannot necessarily hope and pray. It seems like Enough Salt, Acorn, and Boats go down early as Enough fresh off the reboot. They are literally just hunting them down. I think this is one of the first times Enough and Salt, you know, at the top side of the leaderboard are feeling what some of our other competitors have felt in the past.
By the way, that's the 3rd time they've gotten them there. When we jumped away, Peterbot found him shortly before that, so they're just training him for points right now. That's 3 now for this duo here. And he comes back in, and look at this. It's like a ping pong factor, right? Peterbot's already there to pick him up because he's kind of by that side of the safe zone. And what can you do? You just don't have enough arsenal to fight someone like Peterbot who's fully geared up here.
Yeah, the best chance of this
Look at
keeps
that
happening
purple pistol,
is
go
for
shotgun.
Enough to just make it into one of the
What's
later
Poyo
zones
got?
where he gets one of those loadouts where he just doesn't fall back in with an AR, nothing else. He needs something to fight back, because having both Peterbot and Poyo just kind of push you time and time again when you're out the reboot, not even really giving you a chance to touch the ground, has to be very, very frustrating. You can see on the other side, Acorn maybe getting a little bit too aggressive, over peak, trade shots with Mason, but he takes the lion's share of that damage. Even though Bolts does clean up that elimination, they still have to watch out for Muzz and Sphinx, who are nearby.
Yeah, Muzz is coming in pretty quickly here. Acorn hasn't quite found a way to get his shield up just yet. He doesn't want to use his full berry fizz by any means. That's an end game kind of item to save there. Oh, there it is. They have pizzas kind of waiting for them here. Seems like Muzz didn't quite find where the team was, so he's just lurking, watching nearby. Here comes Sphinx. Well, they might actually push this for the full Elam. Let's see.
Yeah, typically these teams,
Oh,
or at least what we've seen so far, they do like to split this drop. One of the main things they do fight over, though, is the launch pad where Acorn and Bolts are heading to on the backside of Elite Armory. But with only 1 elimination so far, that Bolts just quickly cleaned up. We know there's so much action going down.
Shit,
Have we seen this
Poyo.
before? Yes, Poyo.
Oh yeah, oh
Peterbot
yeah.
are just taking
Here we go,
turns.
NA.
He's had
Put on a
enough,
show
we get
for
it.
me.
Yeah, definitely just going back to
Damn
back on it. That's the
cold.
4th one. Here's Cole, here's Acorn. Now we get to see Bolt's perspective. All the big dogs earning good points. And for Peterbot and Pollo, the crazy part is they're making a comeback for themselves right now. Look at this. 153 points now, 5 eliminations, all off the back of a singular player, by the way. And that's what we saw kind of, again, in that week 1, week 2, where Cold and Rapid did that to another team. So Peterbot and Pollo just given this kind of luxury of farm here, right? They've been blessed to just find this player and key tag them over and over, but let's see what they get from the drop. Little launch pad work with here, nothing too crazy. Meanwhile, Josh Niam's on the other side. Find Boji. It's a nice little first elim for them.
Josh Niam's a little quiet, but still sitting in 3rd place on the leaderboard. They do have a win already. 17 eliminations throughout the tournament so far, plus whatever they've gotten in this game. And they're not a team that is necessarily first to the zone. They do play towards the outskirts a lot. They're okay sacrificing that damage because they know where the mending machine's at. They do accumulate a ton of extra heals, so they're not quick, fast, and in a hurry, especially since we're in the 4th zone going into the 5th. They know reboots are going to turn off soon, so they don't want to make any drastic decisions too early.
Yeah, but they haven't earned any points, you know. I would have liked to see Bugha and Braze take a little bit more risk in the early game, especially given that they're so close to closing the gap. And 40 points is a long way, right? From where they're at to 1st and 2nd, essentially. And if you're not taking the risk, you're basically hoping that they make a mistake. And I'm not sure that's the best strategy with 4 games left.
Just hoping for perfection. And we know Fortnite, sometimes things just don't go according to plan. It's all about how you handle those situations. Peterbot, for a moment, looking for Salt down below, but probably not wanting to chase. You see, he doesn't have a lot of white heals. He does have the pizzas, but as Blake and Vivid broke down, it doesn't grant you a ton of HP, just 5 per slice. So a full box monster only grants you 40 HP, which is not enough for Peterbot in that
pizza literally
situation.
heals you for 5 white, and then like
look at this curve and Higgs.
30 to 35, I think. Shield, like,
here.
what fucking sense does
Just
that
wrapping
make?
up a couple fights though. They have 5 elims right now, so tracing or pacing really well in this tournament here. It's a good game for them. Chimp and 20 have managed to fight their way out of their somewhat of a bad start here. Chimp at 18 builds right now. Really hasn't quite caught his footing just yet. Seems like he knows Curve and Higgs are nearby. He's just trying to play it safe here. Doesn't want to expose himself. Curve and Higgs already pretty much are on fire right now. They're going to be more than happy to take this fight as they have the loot to really back it up here.
Yeah, especially since Chimp tried to go for a cheeky opportunity. Missed the shot. Allowing for Curve and Higgs to spot him out. Now he's just stuck back up against the wall. 1v2. They immediately attack from both sides to clean up that elimination, which leaves 20 with no choice, and rightfully so. Tries to use the shockwave to disengage. Luckily for him, Chimp isn't going to reboot right above. He's going to go closer towards inside of the zone. And if he wants to find his way back, that's up to him. But you can already see by the loadout that 20 has, he himself was rebooted at one point or another. That Morphite SMG that he has in his loadout is a huge giveaway.
Yeah, both players just not quite catching a break here. Can't really find a moment to break out. Curve and Higgs now do have to be careful. There's other teams rotating pretty quickly on by. They'll catch whiff. There's some fights happening here below. But for now, things kind of settle. They go up and over. 20 falls to this. He falls to the storm there. What just happened?
Yep. He just had no HP, nothing in his loadout to try to go and recuperate. And he didn't want to try to like jump away because he was hoping and praying maybe I go down, I can survive later on.
Game 5, Chad. Game 5.
Another elimination for Higgs and Curve. They don't necessarily need
look
the
at this.
loot.
Starting to form up.
The momentum.
End game starting to form up. Here we
20,
go.
You can see where he's rebooted
And
back
Peterbot
in the
already
map.
got knocked.
Into the whole lobby essentially here as Peterbot going down to the feed. For 20, he does have a little bit of that loadout. It's not going to be just an AR, but he definitely does not spawn with a shotgun in his inventory.
Fully
Right here.
stacked
Dozier,
game. Nobody
Lee
has
Tyler,
died fully.
Already 2 elims right now. Kind of playing like pretty decent so far, but look at this feed. Hold up. Bird actually finds Peterbot, so something's going on somewhere. There's still 20 teams standing, by the way, so no one fully eliminated just yet.
Just
Where's
unfortunate.
Peterbot's reboot?
Yeah, this is one of the worst times to go down in a game. Literally less than a minute left. Reboots will turn off. And even though Pollo's right there, he does have some build material. They don't have 2 loadouts, so Peterbot's going to have to scrap together to try to find something that he can find useful. And if he could just get himself any variation of the shotgun, the tac, the sentinel, the gatekeeper, I won't be too worried for them as a team because you know they can get into boxes and end fights.
What a beautiful rotation, Pollo. Holy shit.
Peterbot using a couple splashes he had there. There goes the material split. So really telling that although Peterbot repositioned under this bridge, it wasn't because he had some
No, but Pollo, or not Pollo, Peter's got
elimination or
the good
refresh here
loadout
waiting.
though.
No, he
Then
had
he's
nothing
got
to
a
work with. So
tac
the full
shotgun
split
and
there,
a scar. Then.
just try to keep him in.
They're talking about
Sphinx on the other side here, playing for the early rotate.
any
trying to
team
position
that go
up.
or anybody who went down
get
right
some quick
now.
dips here
It's
shortly.
the worst
Just
time
a
for
single shot
rebooting
does,
because
so
of
this
the
is, like,
loadout
not
that
the
you get.
greatest
And
loadout
then,
here for in-game, but it'll be
fucking
more than
I
enough
was
for
like,
them to make a few
but
rotates.
Peterbot just used splashes, so that's
you
a
kinda
dead
see the
giveaway
triangle
that
under
he
the
has a
bridge,
tac
make the shot
shotgun
big.
and a scar right now,
Actually
so he's got a
matters.
good
Peterbot
loadout.
was actually able to get the down onto Agers, and this is after
Yeah, see, look,
reboots have
boom.
turned off.
Look
So they're actually
at-
able to
look at-
solidify that elimination.
yeah.
That'll leave Ritual by himself. And which is big because we literally saw Peterbot go down less than a minute
Surprisingly,
before reboots
surprisingly,
turned off,
not a
but
single
because it
team
was
has
so
fully
late,
died
he
yet.
did spawn with that assault rifle, with the
Yeah,
blue tac,
it's
minis,
still full
and
lobby.
2 splashes, which he instantly used.
This is crazy. They try to inch their way to get that loot, but you can see that AJ's already back up and in the game, so he actually didn't get to quite fulfill the full elim, nor get the refresh, it seems like. Muzz and Sphinx on the other side, opting to play the water on the low ground. This is an interesting strategy.
It's
right
about to
here. We'll
be
see if it
end
ends
it
up
up and
benefiting
up.
them
This
in the
team's
end.
going down.
For now, though, Salts falls. This is really bad in first place. Pressure starting to add up onto them. It's all going to come down to enough now because reboots are officially turning off here.
Yeah, back-to-back games, disaster strikes. Game 4, 19th place, 0 eliminations, and now there's 19 teams left, and enough is feeling the pressure as a solo. Doesn't start to get placement points, at least into the top 15, then it kind of cascades from there. But this is where you see the different elevation changes. Depending on where the zone goes, this is going to hurt a lot of teams down below. And yes, it does go from that open water up the side of that mountain over towards another small pond.
This is really tough, too. Look at his loadout. He's only got 39 builds. Almost playing off of a rebooted loadout. Like we talked about, you see all those greens. It's kind of telling of it, but Flowberry Fizz, Crash Pad is definitely some ample rotate material here to work with. See if it ends up playing out. Peterbot and Boy are going to be the first to go all the way up. Queasy and Scare coming in right behind them. It's usually the last player that ends up finding their way to the high ground spots. Yamzo and Josh here eyeing things up too. They also have a Flowberry Fizz and a launch pad to work with, but I Am Enough needs a refresh. No, he falls too early. Doesn't even earn any more points in the first elimination. We saw them secure, and this is going to open up the runway now for Braids and Booga, for Acorn and Bolts, for Peterbot and Boyo and everyone else here to just run their way up the standings now.
Yeah, that's why I said, you know, being in first place, top of the leaderboard,
Why
first
is all
half
the
sometimes just puts a
fucking
target
big
on your
streamers and
back, and
everybody
back-to-back games just haven't been
actually
the best.
making their
just
own
like you
sprites?
said, opportunity has just opened up for everybody else below them on that leaderboard, but Peterbot stuck by himself. 70 eliminations for the team, but you can see they weren't really able to kind of capitalize that into staying alive together as a duo. But Peterbot just making sure to stay away from that low layer, only attacking when he has to, trying to cut off the path of Higgs and Curve. He's even getting daring, dropping off, trying to pre-piece the whole other side to catch him off guard.
That's what he does, you know, just posturing up right now on these teams here. Little do they know it's just one guy. Meanwhile, looking to the high ground, Queasy and Scare, a little nervous to fully commit to the high ground positioning and kind of show that they're ready for it, but here Queasy goes for it. Now recognizing there's
Felt
no
that.
one here to give them any
Holy
type of
fuck,
resistance. Queasy goes for
they
the full
just
ramp
said
out.
commit.
This is a solid base here. Can they hold it this time, though, is the real question.
Yeah, but this is an opportunity where I want to see maybe Booga and Braids try to go for
Yep.
it. We see the zone moving towards the southeastern part. Over open water again. You better be prepared as Acorn Bolts trying to reunite in the same box, but it doesn't come without a fight. They're momentarily separated, but within that split second, they do find a way back together. They have a good amount of builds. If you look at their loadout, they are stacked up, and even using the Shockwave in the box for that little bit of speed boost, knowing that we cannot Shockwave. That'll put us in open territory, even inside of the zone. So I'm not sure anybody's realistically in a position as of now to contest Queasy and Scare.
Fuga and Braids are still in it, though. Already earning themselves a quick point there. Now teams are starting to fall left and right here. Acorn finds another elimination there too. Cold and Curve still in this game as well.
Right,
so
he's one of the players right now
Boy
that
Names
does have a
still
chance
in
but
the mix
doesn't
here.
have a chance.
Peterbot at the
Type shit.
ultimate low. He's going to be forced to come up and over to fight his way towards the road here. This is such an unforgiving zone right now as the terrain changes are crazy. But Muzz and Sphinx getting a little greedy to try to secure the elimination, and they fall before getting the points and actually allow for Rapid to possibly get picked up here. We'll see.
Oh shit.
But back on over to Peterbot, who's
He needs to get a
basically
refresh or
clawing
something.
his way
He
out of the
feels-
grave right now. And this is going to be a really tough one, but look who's climbing their way up. Look who's taking advantage of everyone else's issues. It's Yamzu, it's Josh.
Yeah, and right now they're almost untouched. Down below, Higgs and Curve set another trap, taking out Ager's Ritual, separating them, sending them out of this lobby. Peterbot's finally going to fall. That's Northern who gets credit for that elimination. Solo on solo action. But while everything settles down below, Acorn Bolts using this as an opportunity to look up. Queasy Scare, they get chopped down once, but the Flowberry Fizz
They
can
caught-
negate any
nah, they
fall
caught
damage
themselves with,
possibility. And now they're
Flowberry
looking to
Fizz
see who
bottle.
is trying to contest
Luckily,
them. They
but
spawned
like
out Acorn
goddamn,
Bolts down below when
if
they
you
reclaim their
didn't, if
throne
you don't
above.
have the like
Gotta say, I respect the ability to try to target high
timing
right now,
on
but
it,
Curve
yeah,
and Higgs
you would have
are
died
at
from that.
14 eliminations. Talk about a heater right now as they are propelling themselves way on up. Acorn and Bolts are still in the game as well. I was curious, did we
Pay
have anyone
attention,
inside
bud.
the top still there? And they are.
You're on the
still
low ground
putting
with
up
everybody.
pressure,
You
but
shouldn't be just
Yamjo
straight
and
main
Josh are the
firing
real
up at
upsetters here. They
height.
find Scare, they find Queasy, and end up demolishing them. And now we have a 2v2v1 situation going down here.
Yeah, that's the second time today we've seen Yamzo and Josh do just that. Wait for two teams to be distracted up above, and that's where they immediately send it with the Fizz Shockwave combination. Down below, Higgs and Curve, they cleared out all the competition up until now. The fight has come to them. Higgs is going to go down. Curve by himself, boxes up Yamzo, gets the knock, waiting for the Siphon. The Medkits as a just in case. 1v1 against Josh. He gets that elimination as well, but it's not over just yet. We might have forgot about him. Acorn and Bolts finally dropped down from above. 4 eliminations. We have to know, with second place coming into this game, with a win here, they have stolen away first, but they want the cherry on top. They want the actual victory royale. They're pressuring Curve back further and further, but Curve is fighting back, trying to land a shot of his own, but it's
Bolts
not
and
enough.
Acorn.
Acorn and Bolts win the game and boost themselves up that leaderboard.
Yeah, they're definitely in first now. Salt and Enough have a lot to think about as they get put into the blender with the rest of the competition. But an 18 elimination game for Curve there. You have to respect it either way. That was an explosive game number 5 there, Zeke.
Yes. We have to talk about Acorn and Bolts there. As much as I want to talk about Curve and Higgs, we'll do that later. Man, this is big for Acorn and Bolts, right? They are still trying to secure themselves a spot on the battle bus. And now we are making sure, right? We had another game of enough insult. They didn't quite get enough points. Now Acorn and Bolts are like, hey, they've slipped up. They've made a single mistake. It's time to put the gas and go, man. I cannot believe it. Acorn and Bolts get a VR in game number 5. Viv, I feel like one even decent game and they qual, right? Like, this is looking so good for them.
I mean, Acorn and Bolts seemingly in full control right now. We kept kind of talking about how consistent they've been playing just in terms of the eliminations over the course of some of their games throughout the day, but with that first place, it's going to be their best placement so far in the competition over the course of these 5 games. And, you know, me and Blake were kind of talking about it. Yeah, Acorn and Bolts have kind of joined the mix in terms of like the high ground teams, but they haven't really been committal to any of those attempts. And finally, we do see them fully commit here. They take out Wheezy.
Okay, so we're back. So I wanted to talk about Higgs and Curve. We're game 5, Acorn and Bolt. Congrats, it was sick. We just have to talk about what we just saw out of this last game. Vivid. Higgs and Curve suddenly jump up 10 places. One single game, Vivid. Second place. 18 eliminations.
There's still 3 games left, but
Higgs
yeah,
and Curve
everybody
are
in
just-
top
that
3
is a
right now is
crazy
qualified
number to
range
say
so
18.
far.
I'm actually going to say 2 numbers here. I'm going to say 18 eliminations, and then I'm going to say the number 12 eliminations, because 12 eliminations is how many total eliminations these guys had over the course of the first 4 games. They just picked up more eliminations in one game than
I mean,
had
if
over the
they
course
if
of the
they
first
keep
4 games.
it
Just
up,
absolutely
if they
crazy.
have a
And, I mean,
good
me and Blake kind of agreed. When we
next
kind of
game,
tuned into
and I would
Curve's
say
POV
game
here,
and a
and we
half
saw
most likely, then yeah,
double-digit elims,
call it good
both of our
then.
jaws were
They're
like
in
on the floor.
first
It's like,
place.
whoa. What has this guy been up to?
Not only did they double their elims, they doubled their points
yeah.
pretty much in this whole tournament.
They
Jumping
honestly
into
no. If they
third
make
place,
endgame
Curve
the
was
next
just
2
in a flow
games,
state,
they
showing why
honestly
he's an
don't even
FNCS
really
champion.
queue up for
That was
game
an
8.
insane game to see, Zeke.
How many points, guys? It's like what, 54 points off of if elims, right? So it's like what, 104, but to jump up the way that they did. I cannot believe what an insane game from the duo. Suddenly Higgs and Curve are in the conversation. Something else we have to talk about, Peterbot and Pollo. So like, remember the little crown,
Yeah.
Peterbot and Pollo, they already qualified, right? They're already going to EWC. We're playing for prize money
Oh, yeah.
right now. Gents, they, I don't, you see, I am enough and salt there. There's a little -3 around their name because Peterbot and Pollo decided we're just going to land on the first place team and we're just going to shut them out. They spent the entire, like, early to mid game, Viv, just chasing them, not giving them moments to breathe. The moment that they respawn back and they're reloaded, they were on top of them.
Yeah, and it was actually, you can see they're kind of going into the end game here with 5 total eliminations on the side.
Let's
of
just go
Peterbot and
for
Pollo.
him. Fuck
All
him.
5 of them were on enough, by the way. So they just kept farming those points
Right.
in the
Because
early
it
game.
doesn't
Just, like,
even
rough
matter. Like
game
we
for
already
enough
qualified
salt.
anyway for our spot.
Yeah, and you got to imagine when you're picking your drop spot in these Fortnite tournaments, landing next to Peterbot and Pollo, I don't know if that's the wisest decision. You know, I hope Salt and Enough can bring it back, but they might get bullied the next few games. I'm not gonna lie, Zeke.
Dude, it's so tough, right? How do you stop that onslaught? Listen, it's fine though. We've got 3 games, okay? Remember, Fortnite fam, 3 more games. EWC wraps up, or RES wraps up, because we got to make it to EWC. We got to be top 2 at the end of these 8 games if we want to continue the dream. Right now, games are ready. Lock back in. Let's jump back on the battle bus. Casters, take it away.
We've already had 5 game months. She's talking about 3 games left. And honestly, the only team I felt confident going in today is Acorn and Bolts. And there's still that 2nd spot up for grabs. Game 6 is ready. So let's just jump into the action.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Acorn and Bolts, man, really starting to break away from the competition here, showing that they really do have that championship caliber still inside of them. And realistically, they're performing up at the highest level here. Now, Muzz and Sphinx have also played exceptionally well, although they've kind of dabbled here at the Armory. They've gone outside the drop spot. It seems like they have enjoyed returning back here for earning those early fights. And it's working out as they've actually split up here. But look at this, Sphinx finds Peterbot as Muzz finds an elimination there too. So already they have themselves a nice little 2-piece.
Great start for them, and that's kind of one of the things about Muzz and Sphinx. They kind of have placements locked down, especially in the qualifier that they qualified. It's just the
I'm
lack of
already
overall
fucking
eliminations
tired.
in comparison
I'm
to some
probably
of the other top
get
teams that
off
we have
and
in
take a
these
shower,
games.
dude.
Curve, Higgs, business as usual for them. Higgs just still
Yeah,
having
I'm
those
a,
struggles
nah, I literally
right out of the
already
gate,
thought
jumping
about it. I
on
was
the
like,
battle
dude,
bus, trying
I'm
to
probably
catch your
gonna
footing.
eat,
But after that is
shower,
when he starts to kind of bring things together.
then go
Call
to
the rapid
bed,
again.
and
We
then
haven't
I was
seen
like,
too many
nah, I'll
of
probably
their
shower
early game
first,
fights and
then
how they do
eat.
play out. But you're seeing the early aggression coming out from Rapid against Chimp on the other side. There is going to be a 2v1 opportunity here. Cole just trying to cut off the other angle, try to stop any options
Yeah,
they have.
no,
as he gets
literally,
tagged up again
literally,
with
that's
that
where I'm
Mammoth pistol.
confused always. It's like, do I
Mammoth pistols
eat,
are so
shower,
deadly.
or
That's
shower,
so much
eat?
damage.
Does
Really
anybody
does
else
end
in
up
chat
swinging
always
the
have that
momentum back
issue
in
too?
your
Like,
favor, but
they
take a look
just
at
sit
this
there like,
Rapid cold. finish
eat
this
and
one up
shower,
pretty
or
quickly
shower
here.
then
Find
eat?
themselves a nice little elim there, set up points here at the Elite Experiments, and I mean, just like that, they're in full control right
Or
now.
yeah,
Now,
just straight say
again,
fuck it, shower
they
and go
have
to
the zone
sleep.
on top of them,
Fuck
so the
it.
reboots. It's gonna be a little bit harder to track down with all the teams nearby. Meanwhile, Peterbot and Foyle.
Like, I ain't even gonna lie.
Got
What
like a
a,
repeat performance of the last game after Peterbot got picked
the
back
damn
up and sent
fucking
straight
chewy
into
bars.
another duo there. This
I've had
time
like
he gets the
4 of
finish,
those
and
today.
off
That's
they
all
go.
I've really eaten.
Back on over to this side of the map. This is kind of what they did in that last game. It was how they ended up clashing against enough and so many
And
times.
you know damn well if
They're
he
going
was
right
feeling
back on over
good
to
too,
side.
that
This is how
fucking
Peterbot was
burrito
able
would
to
have
solidify
tasted
that
good.
elimination.
That shit would have
Boxes
been.
Kalthra, no exit strategy, gets that elimination and sends him right back to the reboot.
Let's see how it plays out here
Deep
for
then
third
shower.
divisionals now.
That's real. What? Yeah.
Just trying to get
that-
themselves
I do
completely
agree with that
situated
one.
here. So far, so good. Single elim onto this team here, setting themselves up. Still in the conversation, right? You know, 3 games left on this tonight. We saw what a team like Irvin Higgs can do with an 18 elim game, right? Really propel yourself up several positions. If that's nothing else, it should be, you know, a vote of confidence for everyone else to play big or go home. What do you think Peterbot's up to? I think they're just looking to hunt right now.
Yeah, they're waiting for somebody to go down, get rebooted, try to go back deep into the zone to try to find loot. And they're just kind of taking their time doing it. In the last game, the zone kind of worked in their favor over on this side of the map. Unfortunately enough, it is pushing teams further and further down. He might have spotted somebody's out first sales. Whether if it's a 2v1 or not, Peterbot's ready to take this opportunity here to try to get a couple more points on the board. Missing game 1, which means they have a little bit of a cushion to try to come back from. But good job from Vert. While him and Sales were under pressure, he was able to shockwave up and turn the tables onto Peterbot, even bringing out the rocket launcher, forcing Peterbot to stay stagnant here for a few extra seconds.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, what was that? It's the little RPG already coming into play here. Meanwhile, Vert gets isolated. Boyo comes for the backup.
No, see, that was the shit that was
Already they found
pissing me the
themselves an
fuck off
elim
in the EU earlier.
In
Why the
a
fuck are
factory.
players carrying a
You wanna
fucking
call it
rocket
that.
all
Do you think
around
they
as
actually
their
take the
damn
RPG
main
here this
weapon?
early into the game is the
Fuck is
real
that
question.
shit gonna
I
do,
think
dude?
Peterbot
You're
is
gonna
gonna
miss
opt
a
into
shot,
bringing it
guarantee.
with them for the next fight.
90% of the
Yeah, it's
time,
just
dude.
depending on how much ammo is
Stupid.
left, you don't get ammo in the ammo boxes, drop players, anything like that.
For the
really only get
lulz.
the rocket ammo from other crates and drops, which obviously the way they're playing can't necessarily be too hard as Bugha gets found out on the edge of the mountain. This is a crucial fight right now for Bugha to try to stay alive. Not sure where Brave is at, but time is definitely needed, and he got just enough time at least. Bugha's gonna go down, but at least his teammate is back into the game.
Yeah, they really need this kind of game right here, right? Bugha and Breeds have fought their way up to like
Oh
that
my
top
God.
5 range. But in order for them to close the gap
Nah.
here, they are going to need a
There's really no
very,
point.
very
No,
big,
when it's
consistent
customs
round.
with the
Several of
community,
them
dude,
actually,
there's no
you
point
know,
of
remain
taking
in the
it
conversation. But
serious. Like it's all fun and games at the end of the day.
Kind of go back and forth, but once they get going,
Yep.
seem to be relatively strong. OG Jack back at it once again here.
Yeah.
1 foot in, 1 foot out. We saw them out the last couple rounds. Now they seem to be back in, showing us early glimpses of what we saw in game 1 and 2. And that's the thing with a team like Boji and Jack. You just never really know once they're kind of finding their groove. They are going to be a harder team to fight, as is even
Real.
Neo and Noisy. Look at this. Peterbot, Boyo back at it this time. Out to Agers. Oh, what a monster shot
excuse
there.
me.
Can he get the finish? He does.
King
in
Luster
time.
with the raid,
All right,
and
now
no,
Boyo has a second
that's the
guess
thing
finish
with
of
the
fight.
fucking
There's
with the
almost
prizes,
1
dude.
HP
You don't
left
even
for
need to
Agers. Turn
win
the tables
matches
on that
to
fight,
fucking
leaving Boyo by
get
himself. Look at
prizes, dude.
the
You
lack
get
of actual
picked.
HP.
You
He
get
was stuck
randomly
eating
picked,
pizza. He's
dude.
only getting 5 HP per slice, and he has 6 more in his inventory.
Yeah,
so
just for
Boyo has to be
playing-
on the
just
hunt.
for playing, you
Bandages,
get
medkits,
on the wheel.
anything, because these pizza are not going to last him long. And he
Yeah,
finds
a little bit of RNG for himself. Gets
Yeah.
a nice med kit there. Take a look at Yamzo. Oh no, Bugha was already having a hard time. Touches down. They're like, oh great, a drop. Nope. Yamzo's here. They end up pushing him off of that. So no breaks for them here. Meanwhile, Higgs and Curve back at it here, up against Riley and Curly right now. This is a fight we've seen before. I don't think Curly and Rise came out on top before, but We'll see how it ends up.
I miss
playing out.
I miss his Fortnite Friday customs.
You know, 3 games left. Rise currently.
Like the only, I'm not gonna
points
lie, the
down
only issue
from the
you
qualification
had
spot. Not
with
necessarily first place. That's
Fortnite
how
Friday
Acorn and Bulls with a much
customs
larger
was
lead, but with 3
Low
games left,
Broski
they have to figure out
and
how to cut
yours
that
truly
deficit. And
Bat
right now, the
Chicken.
team that they need to go after, it's Higgs and Curve on the other side. If they can get a wipe here and solidify
And
this
I'm not
game
even
into a
gonna
top
lie,
5
that's
with a
kind of
couple
why,
eliminations,
like,
they'll start to
I'm
put
not
themselves
gonna
within
lie,
reach.
I
But if they
kinda
disengage,
stopped
allow
playing
for
it
Higgs and
because
Curve to have another monster game, that's
of
when we might be calling it
I
lights out.
just felt like I was using
Yeah,
everyone
most
for
definitely
target
here.
practice. I was like, nah,
Look at this,
let
though.
me
Curly
just everybody have fun.
finishes up noisy, but take a look at
I'm
this.
gonna just go.
Peterbot getting finished. Boyo actually ends up getting chased down here as well to the hands of
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like Sales and Vert. This is revenge because remember they did take down Vert.
I'm gonna
just
keep it
moments
real.
ago
Every
here
time
as
that
well,
me and Broski
they seem to be
got
playing
teamed up
hyper
and
aggressive
stuff,
right
in
now.
like duo
Real
stuff, I was
question
like,
is,
oh yeah,
is this
it's
replay
reps,
gonna
it's
show us
over
Boyo
and
getting
whatnot. And I was
fully
like,
eliminated before
at the
Peterbot
end of the day, it's
gets
not
the
really gonna matter.
touchdown?
He's gonna have all the kills. I'm probably just
See
gonna
it.
be chilling.
Say I'm trying to count
And
the
that's really
seconds
what
in the
happened.
time.
He was
Peterbot
just
does
cruising the
drop
whole
down,
lobby
but
half the
nowhere
time, and I
in
was
sight
just
for where Poyo
trying
is
to
at.
loot up.
He's much closer to where the zone
I
actually
didn't
is,
even
but
have
he
a
does
damn gun
find
yet.
access to that vending machine, hits the double patch up, grabs some extra med kits just in case. He's going to consolidate those pizza
yeah.
slices, so he does have an extra slot there.
I'll
but
say
you
this,
see
the
Sales
customs
and Vert,
that I want to
enough
do
insult,
are
rapid
actual
by himself.
fucking
There's a lot of heavy
scrimmages.
competition still nearby.
That
Yeah,
would
definitely.
help me a lot.
Solid enough, man. Having that 40-point lead over second place, now finding themselves trailing behind the leading
Nah,
teams.
because you said that earlier,
be a
and I
lot to
looked
deal
at
with
mine. I
mentally. Only
barely
two
have like
teams moving on through the
43k.
competition here for the final spot. They really have to dig deep now with these last 3 games ahead of us. Peterbot, you can see kind of isolated off by himself. Higgs off to the western side as
yeah.
well, but he's got his teammate pretty nearby.
That's the funny thing. Like,
Comes
I don't
solid enough,
even use
rotating
my
straight into
fucking-
the new zone.
I don't
Curly
even
Rise
use
still
that
back
shit
into
to
the
upgrade
mix.
my weapons.
With
I
these
do
fights here,
like
last
every
we
so
saw them himself
often, and
against
that's
Higgs and
probably
Curve.
why
They had
like
no problem
I'm
handling that
around the
battle.
40,
They should
under
have one
45k
here now with
range,
Mason
because
still.
like there's times where I'll sit there and spend it on
Just kinda
upgrading a
looking at how
weapon.
this game is played out. Curve is now down. Peterbot gets that elimination. Now that Enough and Salt are no longer in first
Boom,
or even
upgrade.
top 2, it just seems like the focus has strayed away from them being one of the primary targets for a lot of these
Literally.
teams. Rightfully so. Sometimes you can't just hope and pray.
I don't know,
Hear
this
those teams
recent
inside of the
update,
bubble go
I will
down.
say
Sometimes
there's
you
a
have to be the
couple of good
benefactor
things
of it
about
all.
it,
Curve,
but
fresh
at
off
the
the
same
reboot,
time, there's
Higgs
a
is gonna
couple
be able to
of
disengage,
weapons
but they have
that
to
I'm
be
just
careful.
like,
Threats
get
and
the fuck
visuals
out of
are
here.
over
The
on that side
stink
of the map
rifle,
as well.
first off,
And you can
fuck
see
out
kind
of
how
here,
it went
dude.
down here. So Curve is rotating on the outskirts, and oh my gosh, he just gets sat immediately. So there was really no defending against that.
Literally.
That's how Peterbot gets his elimination there.
Fucking,
Yeah, you can kinda see
Yeah,
him
he
fighting from that
literally
side of the
just-
map. Hasn't slowed
the
down.
fuck?
Curve taking down Threats. I believe Threats getting the get back, or I should see
Fucking,
visuals onto Curve. So a couple solos still rotating around.
don't
Braids and
remember
Booga though
them.
making that heads up play. And this is something we've seen out of Booga in like the history of him competing. No matter the season, no matter the meta, he usually either is one of the first teams to rotate to zone, or depending on where it actually pulls, he rotates to the slow side, doesn't want to take too many unnecessary fights, and then makes it into the zone with whatever he has left. Right now, he's really playing the long game rather than the short burst of points through eliminations.
Yeah, as you were saying that, though, I was still looking at the map, and I was actually more surprised that Higgs and Curve didn't just get like jumped on.
When was-
See,
when
that
was-
in the
when was
zone
that?
there, 'cause they were very, very close by. Either way, though,
The new season?
already
like
we're
of the new,
approaching that 6 zone.
that was when me and you was
leaning
playing,
into
wasn't it?
7. We're approaching the 7.
I'm pretty
so
sure. Yeah.
what happens is, of course, those reboots
No.
get cut off
Literally,
here.
I
just have to
remember,
play with
and
what you got.
honestly, I wish I was there to back you up on it, because I literally have the proof of it. It
Tyler
did get
Dozier,
fucking.
both of them going down.
It literally got.
Another
It
team
literally got
eliminated out of the
deep.
game.
It got.
may not
It
necessarily
got
seem like
nerfed
it. This
mid
game is
fucking
moving at a
matches,
more rapid
dude.
pace than we've seen some of the other games so far. It wasn't until typically zone 10,
no,
11, or even
nerfed.
12 placement points were starting to set in, but we have 16 teams left.
Yeah,
all of them
we're
fully
just straight
alive. So
nerfing
with
a
one
damn
team needing to
weapon.
go down, placement points might hit this game much earlier than any game we've seen so far today.
It's actually a really good point. This game's moving a lot faster.
I'm kind of
The
glad, like.
duos remaining. A lot of
Nah,
elevations been
because
at play
they've
though. All of these
with
enemies
every
have been
update they've done
honestly
so far,
pretty
all they
tricky, and I
do
guess we could just
is
sum that up to
they're
this
just
map type
straight
here
nerfing that fucking
of the
AR to the
reload mode.
ground, and I'm Just like at this point, just take it out the loadout.
Yeah, this is gonna play out though. Talk about that high ground.
We
This will
don't
be a
need
pretty
this.
free rotate.
If
up
you're
and
just gonna
over.
sit there and nerf it, we don't need it. It's pointless.
You just got to be able to be careful where they land. They can shockwave, they can crash
Right.
pad. The only safe rotation from that far back is going to be the launch pad with the
Right,
fizz. Otherwise, you're essentially flying directly into everybody else here in
Yep.
this lobby. So you got to make sure you play it as close to perfect as possible. Sphinx Muzz in a similar position as Ager's Ritual. I believe I saw Acorn and Bolts not too far away. Muzz is there, and even Noisy and Neo all off the tip top of this mountain.
Yeah, I like this. This is that
Damn,
rotate
what a
here. Like we
rotation.
said, it should be really easy for anyone who's got the high ground that goes early. You just have such a huge advantage. It's going to save them so much material as well. So Ager's Rituals will be comfortably positioned here into the end game. I see Boyo still standing over there in the distance. Acorn and Bolts are going to be one of the last ones to go ahead and enter in. Higgs and Curve are still standing as well. Muzz is going to be one of the first to fall on the rotate here. Something that's going terribly wrong, and look at how much material Sphinx has got. So you have to imagine that Muzz is falling with quite a serious loadout. So that's the refresher that someone's going to be happy for.
I will say, though, the silver lining, though, for Sphinx is those launch pads with the fizz. He has at least 2 zones he can bypass by going that high in the sky. It's about when and where he's finally going to get those launch pads off. I think this zone, we're going to see the first of 2. Peterbot and Pollo. Similar strategy, quick to rotate, using the shockwave, hitting the front side of the zone. And we've seen almost everything out of Peterbot and Pollo so far, taking high ground early, using the launch pads, and now here playing on the low ground, trying to control the front side.
Yeah, it's looking very good for them right now, but I'm looking at who's trying to go for high ground. Looks like Higgs and Curve taking that momentum, taking that confidence from the last game, already being one of the first ones to try to position up. They're due for what could be a win. Boya finds Jack with a quick elimination there off of their next rotate, so it'll be big for them. Bugha and Braids, though, we keep keeping tabs on them, trying to see what they can do here, but this is the first end game. They actually fall really early, and it's all up to Bugha now to play this one out as a solo here and now. Team hot on his heels, though. They don't exactly know where he went. He manages to turn things around. It's actually Josh Nyamzo there. What a tough spot to be in here when you're in arm's reach of a qualification spot now, but Bugha, no stranger to the pressure here, no stranger to being in difficult situations. He's got the experience under his belt. Peterbot and Pollo end up finding Higgs here. It's a huge elim, so Higgs makes the mistake. Instead of playing for that high ground like they were originally about to do, they concede to the building. It ends up not playing out for them.
Yeah, that's second place in the overall. I should say third place in the overall tournament. Second place in terms of EWC spots trying to secure. So that's a huge loss and a lot of pressure being put onto Curve. You see, only has 7 builds left. No extra HP. Down to 1 last shockwave. The silver lining, though, top 15, which means he's starting to get some placement points here for this game. But having to play it perfect with the bare minimum of builds means it's going to be near impossible for him to try to go in and get out without receiving a single scratch. And again, using those shockwaves, he's now fresh out, and even his build's being dwindled down here. Curve needs a miracle, and he needs it now.
That was kind of crazy. He decided not to go up and over this high ground. I wonder if it's going to end up backfiring against him. He will need a refresher here. Now he is hunting for one. Can he find the player to his left? It's actually enough who needs it just as much as him. And there's another player in the box here. It's all up to Curve if he can find a shot here. How badly does he want to stay and remain in the lead? Only moments will tell here. Pressure starting to build up. Bugha also still standing there on the low ground. Curve's going to be the first to fall, so Bugha going the distance here and now. 198 points. That position is potentially up for grabs, and Bugha in a much better spot. Finds a great shot onto Rapid here. Player falls right behind the wall here. He doesn't even recognize that that just occurred. Instead, he wants to get away from danger here. This is a crazy end game as far as like clutches are concerned. Even Agers is still in this one right now.
Yeah, it's just how far can you bring it? Top 10 situation, good chunk of placement points so far. 5 different solos running around. Bugha being one of them. 204 points, just trying to close the gap. He doesn't need to get inside of the bubble here, just needs to get close enough. Peterbot and Pollo, they're the ones that started a lot of this chaos, taking down Higgs, leaving Curve by himself. Even though they have their spot secured, they're playing a huge role in who makes it in and who doesn't, putting a lot of that focus next on the threats, forcing him and Visuals down. Agers, Bugha still solo solos on the right-hand side, trying to make it really count here. Top 10 situation. They need at least the top 8 as Bugha gets a big elimination, and the Siphon, which is not much.
That was so sick. That was actually perfect. He shockwaves up, no mats left, breaks into a wood wall there and finds the refresh to keep him in the game. And that is how you maintain a top 10 here. Bugha really fighting for it.
God damn, Bugha.
Rapid, and now
he's
is
going
just
fucking crazy, showing everybody in the world he's still the fucking
No
champ.
for him, but he's alive
He
and
can
kicking
still
well. He's
do
on the
this
heels
shit.
here.
He has
Bugha,
no
Bugha off
whites,
the plate for
though.
the zone. He's got that Flowberry Fizz, but he can't avoid
He got it.
this storm
He got
much
that
longer,
ass.
and there it is. Bolts finishes him off in 6th place, but what a
That's
performance
crazy.
from Bugha himself.
Yeah, picking up a huge chunk of points.
Damn,
Bolts
Bolts
is able to
just
take
went
down
down,
Sails
too.
next. Vert going for the revive, but there's not a lot of time left. He has to abandon ship, keep moving inside of the zone. Meanwhile, Peterbot and Poyo
shit.
not letting anybody climb up their mountain. The only duo left in this game, taking a page out of Enough and Salt's playbook, looking for the back-to-back. Poyo letting Peterbot lead the charge, putting a lot of damage on the Yamso.
Yep.
Just 1 HP in a
2v1,
dream. Visuals
2v1.
still alive as well, but he gets forced out. He's going to have to settle for 3rd place. 2v1 is going to continue, and for Yamso, I wish you good luck. No AR, rockets from down below. Peterbot and Poyo pull it off. 8 eliminations and another big win.
Yeah,
That's my
the
boys.
limelight, the spotlight was all over Bugha there, so we didn't see Peterbot and Poyo really coast their way through the
fucking
end game
wins them
victory,
they
but
got
in the end, they had full control
This
of the
was
high
second.
ground. They were about due, Jacob, with the way they were playing there, so you gotta appreciate some high-level play.
yeah,
Well,
no,
game
yeah,
6 for
Poyo
Peterbot and Poyo
gotta
is
win
now
every
wraps there, Zeke.
This is what I was worried about, MDF. This is why we said way back when that Victory Royale, we're starting to fire on all cylinders. What's crazy, Viv, is they
fucking
had
go,
to make
Bugha.
like a comeback, right? They got put in this situation early on in that game where, you know, Poyo's having to run for his life and he's solo and Pete has to reload, and yet somehow, some way, they pull off a Victory Royale. The moment we see them on Hype Viv and we know they've got a rocket launcher in hand, it was like, all right, pack it up, they win.
Yeah, I mean, listen, me and Zeke and Blake, we were kind of talking, and it was like, dude, listen, these guys just know what it takes to win. I mean, we kind of saw them trying to land on Acorn and Bolts, who are, of course, in 1st place, because there's only one thing on these guys' mind at all times, and that is the win. And every single time that these guys are behind, whether it be because they missed the game,
I think
or they
this
just
is the
have a couple of
thing
bad
about
games,
Peterbot and Poyo.
we could just
They don't
never
want to
count
just
them
be
out. We are
straight
always
dominating
reminded of
the
that
whole
whenever
entire
these guys are in
tournament.
this
They
zone.
want to be like down.
And one thing that makes this duel so
Like
special is their
halfway through
ability
the
to
tournament,
recover
first
in
half,
these
and then
games.
second
They
half,
were at a
they're
point
like,
in that
"Alright, we
game,
can definitely
Peter
still
was
take this
knocked,
now that
Poyo
we're
was
at
1
the
HP getting chased by a duo,
Hold my
stalled
beer.
just long enough for Peter to come back, and they recovered to win the entire game. Not many duos can do that. It's just, I don't know how they do it continuously, tournament after tournament.
Peterbot's
They're just the
sitting there
best.
like, hold my
Nothing else to say
trophies
about it,
real
Zeke.
quick. I'll be right
Dude, they're
back.
so consistent. I don't know how they do it, but they
Poyo's
do.
sitting, I don't know how many
We now
Poyo's got.
have
I think
2
he's got
games
4.
left to
So
go.
he's probably sitting there
After
like,
this
hold
break,
my
we'll
4
take a look at the
trophies. We got
standings.
this.
Remember, we
We'll
need to be
right back.
top 2
Bring another
if we
one
want
on.
to make it through to EWC. And there's other players who already have a spot. And they're playing for
Even
prize
if it
money.
isn't like for
Oh,
a
man,
trophy or
stress
anything
is going
like
up.
right now,
Fortnite fam,
this
we'll
is
be
just
right
for
back
cash in
with
a spot
more
for
Reloaded
the
series.
LAN event in Paris. Yep. I don't even remember what 1st place actually gets for like cash. I think it's like 20k. So split that evenly, that's 10k each. Telling you, I think someone looked at Peterbot and Poyo wrong, because now they're in 3rd place, dude. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, second place has changed, so I'm pretty sure the qualifying range is reached out to 5th place at the moment, because I don't know if it's 3 or 4 places, but first place, obviously, the Bolts and Acorn, they need to qual, Bugha needs to qual, and then Curve and Higgs need to qual, the 2 elite duos, and then Peterbot and Poyo, they don't need to, like I said, they don't even need to be playing in this stuff, but they are. Because they want cash. No, dude, I'm telling you, literally, after that second place at the LAN event, dude, I sat there and said, no one's gonna take me seriously. No one's gonna take anybody seriously that says it. But Peterbot and Poyo are on the fucking way. They're gonna win everything else now. Just fucking wait. Like, look, EWC, guarantee they win today. Major 2, I guarantee they fucking win that. Fuck sakes, dude. They could go and win global championship too. That LAN event, dude, that pissed them off. Everybody was like, I was watching the clips and everything on like everybody's reaction and stuff. Peterbot even said like Poyo didn't go home like right away. He like to the house where him and Poyo play and shit. He went back to his normal fucking, like, his actual family house, and he just stayed there for, like, a solid week and a half and shit, and he wasn't coming back, and I was like,
Game number 6. I can't believe
Poyo's pissed the fuck up. He's pissed the fuck off. He was just named MVP of a tournament that he lost.
Okay, 2 games left to go, and again, if you're just tuning in, welcome. This is the Reload Elite Series. At the end of 8 games, we need to be top 2 if we want to make it to the EWC, and there's quite a situation going on in the standings right now. So obviously we know Peterbot and Poyo, they've already got themselves a qualifying spot, and they're currently in their top 3, 264 points. The situation is at the top. Acorn and Bolts currently lead the pack, but as we look to the standings, you can see 2 crowns, right? Peterbot, Poyo, Josh, Yams, congrats. Currently, Bugha and Braids are in the talks as well. So first, let's start with Acorn and Bolts.
So see, I'm still confused. It's not reached out to Curve and Higgs, so it's only 2 people that. I'm confused because you just had 3 people in qualifier before this match, and now it's only 2 players or 2 teams.
I'm impressed, right? This is a level of consistency.
Fucking, we already know. Josh and Yamzo qualified. Peter and Poyo already qualified. They qualify for everything. For fuck's sakes, it's Peter and Poyo for fuck. Like, come on. They're the kings. I already said it.
Slow down a little bit in terms of picking up as many eliminations, but still picking up enough. And it's just all about the average placement right now for this. Though they have an average placement of 5. So, like I mentioned, best IGL in the game, a mechanical beast in Bolts, and if they're gonna be able to make it,
I would assume. But like even then, like. Curve and Higgs, they're only 1 point away from qualifying range.
And not going to make it out, because I would say it's pretty safe to say they have that first spot locked in at this point. With Bugha and Braids 90 points behind.
No, it's not even the eliminations. Fucking 5th place has more eliminations than they do. They got 30 to their 21.
Bugha and
That's their placement points.
Bugha to qualify. Okay, I need this.
Yeah, we need. I'm sorry. I love Higgs, but we already know I love Clicks more. But he ain't here, and I'm gonna say this for the OGs: we need Bugha to qual.
I feel like would be just such.
Everybody's already saying we need Bugha to qual.
For him is what I meant to say. For him, not for me. For him. I am not biased.
Yeah.
Nah, fucking no. Clicks isn't retired. He just hasn't qualied for nothing. Like, he's been playing and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, he's been playing almost every tournament. He just doesn't qualify for finals for anything now.
For the side of Bugha and Braids, because they have a 1 point lead in terms of
Yeah, everybody
competing for
said he
those
he's
qualification
washed now
spots. So a
after
completely
the
different side of the
fucking
coin here.
after the
Yeah, and they're right on the edge. But the thing that's keeping
Uncon
them in it is that
wonky land
6th
10th
solo
place
clutch by Bugha.
situation.
Braids went down pretty
That
early
really
before
that
the
really
moving
did
zone,
something to
and
him,
Bugha
and I was
stayed
like,
in it,
nah. What really
showing
did
why
it was
he's
the
been on top
47th
for
that
so
land.
many years, dating all the way back to the Fortnite World Cup.
He didn't even
His
fucking
longevity is
qualify
just
for
insane.
finals. He
He
just
shows
got
he still has
47th
it,
in the
even
last
after
chance
missing a summer
qualifier
net, like
round.
Vivid said.
He
See,
done.
you think they're gonna hold on?
He don't care about shit.
Them too. But also, when I look, like you guys called out, 1 point behind Higgs
Oh,
and
yeah.
Herb. Honestly,
Ever
if I-
since
even
the
in
icon
offense,
skin,
so, like,
dude, he hasn't
they're
really gave a fuck
201
about
to
anything, dude.
222 of Bugha and Braids. Like, this could still go any which way, right? We still have 2 games left to go.
Oh, I'm sure he
And
did.
now is the time to make it happen. Now is the time to swing for the fences.
And if you use the
because after
creator
this,
code, you
we're
hit
going to
like
the
if
WC,
you use
and
the
that's it,
creator
that's
code to
it.
buy the
All right,
skin,
the
like that
competition
does
is done
something
for
too.
those who don't make it. Fortnite fam, lock in. 2 games left to go. MDF Jacob, please take it away.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is that everyone has exhausted their throwaway games minus
Right.
Acorn and Bolts. Like, if you are anyone else, you have a tournament on your shoulders to put up the numbers and
Shit,
perform here now,
every
Jacob.
Yep,
every
game's
time
ready,
like
so
a
let's
icon
just
skin
jump right
comes
into
out or
game
something,
7.
that's when I use like a certain like person's shit. Or
This is
after
it.
that, I'm
Monster
using random
2
fucking
games
codes
left.
after
And
that.
even with Acorn and Bolts having such a monster of a lead, it's 1 point that separates that.
There'll be
second
times where I
spot.
actually forget to
In
use
the
a code.
last qualifier, by the way, folks, only 2 teams will round out NA Central to make it to the Esports
Oh, yeah, for
World
sure.
Cup, and we have
I wish
2
that
games
too.
left to see it all play out. In the feed, you're seeing early action, even Agers taking down
Because you're
Josh,
sitting there,
Noxie getting another elimination.
everybody's
Higgs
stream
this
that does
time
have a
around, though,
creator code and
surviving
they
off spawn, so we
saying,
could have a
oh yeah,
different
make sure
trajectory with Higgs and
you
Curve in
don't
this
leave
early
this
game.
empty and whatever, and you go to
That's
buy
right. I'll
something
stand
in
by
the
what I
item
said.
shop,
The
and then you
EWC
look down
built
and
on
you're
the
like,
reload
oh,
game mode itself
damn.
as the main focal point.
Oops.
I really do think makes for a very exciting tournament, and the players look like that too. Agers and Ritual though find a quick elimination onto Yamzo. Chip and 20 immediately hop over. I wonder why they were so interested in securing that positioning there, but it seems like they were thinking about hunting that player down for the quick elim. But Agers, of course, manages to come out on top.
Seeing everyone
This is
rock
really interesting, Chris. For
the
Agers and
mainly
Ritual,
the
they are
mammoth
one of the
pistol
duos
and
now
the
in
shotgun
race
for the
here
double
to
pump effect,
qualify
but
now
like,
after
dude,
these next 2 games.
I'm gonna keep it real. It
But again,
sucks,
it's gonna
dude.
come down to
They,
play
you know what? Come
exceptionally
out
well,
with
and everyone else
a
has to not
freaking.
drop the ball.
Hold on,
And
is
this is how we
the
saw some of the
chaos
fights go down.
over?
Muzz
Is it
taking out
is the
Rapid
is
right
it
out
still
of the
called
gate. Muzz
Overdrive fucking
not even
AR?
his
Is
drop
the
spot.
name
Now he's
Overdrive
going
and
up
the
against
AR still
Northern.
there? No.
Little bit of a trick right there. Northern's able to get the elimination, but just goes to show, like, with everything on the line, I think teams.
Oh, yeah, it's the
especially certain players,
chaos.
are
Yeah,
realizing
yeah,
the
the chaos
situation
is
that they're in. Agers has
fucking
been
chaos
going crazy
shotgun
almost all
and
day
then
long, trying to
the
get them to
chaos
catch
AR.
up and
Come
stay
out with
within
a
reach. Ryze and Curly
fucking
have been doing the
chaos
same
like
thing. You have
mammoth
Higgs
type
and
pistol,
Curve
dude,
picking up high
where it like
elimination
auto
games, but
reloads.
overall, Peterbot and Foyo have also been disrupting a lot of the flow of these teams trying to make finals.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, if you're the rest of the lobby, you're kind of happy Muzz is, you know, putting up numbers against Cold and Rapid. You know, like they're qualified teams. Let
I could
them
never
fight.
get that shit to happen. I
Don't
don't know
give
why
those
it never
guys,
throws a clip
you know,
or
room to
anything.
break away like Peterbot and Foyo have done over the last few rounds, because you see how much
That
of
would
a,
make
of a
sense then.
problem they tend to be when they get into the end games and they're comfortable. Team that we've seen kind of slip
I can
out of
see
the,
that. That would
the
make
fight a
sense.
bit here is
I don't
actually
know.
scared
I don't
Reason
like the
scared them down
pistol
in the lead,
or
so
that pistol for the fact like I have to
173, they're
sit there and actually
quite
spam
out
down
of the
on my
tournament
fucking
just yet, but they are
trigger
gonna have
instead
to
of just holding
pull
it.
through with 2 monstrous games. You want to see them pop off. Meanwhile, back to Peterbot. There are 3 elims here, Jacob.
See how we got that third one so far. Northern,
Yeah.
I feel like this is exactly what we saw when they were chasing down enough. Northern has just been kind of put in the blender time and time again, and as soon as he respawns, since it's so early in the game, they can easily try to catch up.
Yeah, nah, I'll say for the Ranger pistol, sometimes, like, depending on the situation I'm in, I'll use it as, like, a burst pistol, honestly. Because I'll be shooting it a couple of times and then not even, I don't know, just a couple of shots, do something, couple of shots again.
Yeah, most definitely. They were really close in the early instances of the evening. Higgs and Curve back to them. 2-2-1 on the points here. Not too bad as they landed kind of near where Bugha just touched down. You see threes down below. Bugha spawned in. He's got a shotgun. He's got an AR. Curve's got no idea he's behind this ammo crate here. Eventually, they will check it though. Obviously, there's no reason for them not to go in and
No.
clean up.
I'm sorry, no. If I could fit my finger, if I could fit my pointer finger through there, your ear hole, no.
See, if this was a chest, I think you'd be right on the money there, Monster. But since it's just an ammo crate, you do get ammo for getting those eliminations. I think it's just not necessarily a concern in the back of their mind as of now, especially since they're so close to qualifying already. They check the building, realize, hey, maybe Bugha's not here, and they're already setting their eyes on somewhere else. Curve going a little bit towards the south. Higgs, you see them trying to cover as much ground as possible. So that way they can get as much information on anybody straggling too far back from their duo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there was a chest right above Bugha, but hey, they're feeling pretty confident, more happy to try to hunt for the elims, and instead they get rewarded with the 2 drops. So there they go. It ends up
all they
off
hear
with
is my
Bugha hiding
reaction
out. Meanwhile,
to
Mason
you.
and Nox here just giving us some entertainment. So yeah, Dozier and V Tyler end up finding a nice little elim there. That one's onto visuals. That's a tough one for him. Jumping back over to Ritual though. Who's her teammate, my man? It's at 200 points right now. Aegis
Paid for.
Here. The cube.
Yeah, Ager's only goal here is stay alive. They get uncontested chiseled cube. They have a lot of space. We did see it in game 8 in the last qualifiers. That's something
Honestly,
they have to keep in the back of their mind.
that is the
Higgs
worst
at the time
case
pushed
scenario
on
right
over,
now. Is
got
just,
the elimination on the Ritual, and Ager simply could not stay alive. So hopefully they've learned from their past.
Soul's gone.
Again, look who's in the sky. It's Northern again.
What the
They're trying to beat that
he's got
of
the
5 elims on enough by
Hold up.
himself in
Does
the
he
last
have
game.
the
I'm not sure
No, he had
what
a
Northern's
regular
going through,
SMG.
but
I was about to say, does he have
definitely feel
that
his pain.
fucking mythic SMG that Peter Bot had in, I think, maybe game 3 or 4?
They're at almost
What fucking game is this? I think
eliminations,
I don't.
we
Is it
jump into the
7?
real time, and I
We
see
almost
Peter Bot
done?
once again in the feed. So at this
Am
point,
I
don't
almost
even know what
ready to go to
think of
bed
it, but
soon?
They're going for first place because why not? Meanwhile, Curve and Higgs here. Tournament's pretty much life is on the line right now. Dozier.
Nah,
full elimination. They're onto Higgs.
yeah, no, this is the crazy part. So, the streamer games, it started at 2:30, and the fucking end time for the tournament, it said 8:20, or not 8:20, 2:20, and I was like, dude, I'm not even gonna be able to watch all 8 games, am I?
I saw some shield go down just like that. Higgs fresh off the reboot, so maybe that'll deter them from getting fully aggressive. But if they spotted Bugha out as a solo, I'm not sure much can do to stop.
No, and it's reload, so you would think it's a little bit quicker.
Bolton Acorn, not necessarily going for any early game aggression here. They're just sticking to the
But
strategy,
since it's
kind of
40
every single time,
of
as Northern
your
again doesn't even
fucking
get
best
the chance
reload
to hit the
players, I
launch
guess you
pad. He
could
gets
say,
taken down
playing
by
in
Poyo at the
one
last second. 9
fucking lobby, yeah.
eliminations here. I know we were talking about they want to
gonna be
win it, they
something.
missed the game, but right now, I'm not sure there's anybody that can slow this team down.
Look at this, wasted no time either. Knew exactly what they were going to do. Land on the chest there. They go ahead and get the bandages as well. The quick pickup.
Come on,
the
Peter
momentum is
Pollo.
flowing right now. They're at 9 eliminations, mind you guys. They
Bring
are
it home
looking to
first
fight
place.
for a curve level performance where they pulled up.
What the fuck is Bugha doing in the air?
We're already halfway through, and we're just in the zone
Bugha's
of
just
5.
straight chilling in the air like,
This could really
I
go either way, you know,
believe
based off
I
of
can
Peter Bot's performance
fly.
Right now, they're setting themselves up for a potential
oh, I
first place
believe
prize
I can
winnings.
touch the sky. Oh, you're on the ground now. Oh, man.
Yep.
Boom.
Followed him outside of the zone, just trying to go ahead and solidify this elimination. And remember, Curve at one point was the one trying to stay alive, but he was able to hunt down Bugha successfully, get that elimination, and just try to pull further and further away. And I do believe the way this game has played out so far, with early game eliminations for Curve,
he looked
Higgs,
at this.
not so much for
He,
Bugha
yeah,
and
no,
Rage.
he
Remember that 1 point
definitely.
differential? I
No,
believe Higgs and
see,
have now
Curve is
overtaken
making
them
them
on the leaderboard, and
actual
now sitting
move
further
that
place inside of that
fucking
bubble.
clicks should be doing. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt the math if it's adding up that way. They really are.
I don't know how to.
Just
Cause
a
it's
little
kind of
bit
it's
more
kind of hard
consistent
to
right now.
really like
Most of what
describe
we've
it
seen
between
is,
like clicks
Bugha
or not
getting
clicks,
hunted
fucking
down, Braid's
Curve
hiding
and
now.
Higgs
I don't even
because
know where Braid's is at
Higgs
this
says
point,
he's
but
not an
he's
IGL,
found
he's a
himself somewhere that seems to be
fragger,
safe.
not.
I'm concerned with Storm Surge at this point.
But
or Storm
Higgs
Sickness,
is definitely
really,
fragging
given
right,
that
or
he's
not
just been in
fragging,
the zone the
IGLing
entire
right now.
time, like,
I don't know. They definitely said
Very
like they're
good call
taking
because
turns
it's
with
something that
it.
we have seen play a role, but when it comes to
Like that's
reload,
that's
not
the
as
smartest
much
idea. If
as
you
would think
have
would
a
be
duo
close,
and
taking
you
down
both
Northern.
can
Man, you gotta
IGL,
imagine they're finally on double
smart.
digits
You
here.
both can read
And
the
Monster
game
actually,
out,
I want to
smart.
see how it's just not able to touch the ground at all.
That's the
Even when
thing
he
with
does,
Peter
he doesn't
Bot and
have
Poyo.
skills,
That's
he
why they're
doesn't have
such a
loadout
great ass
to
fucking
fight
duo.
back.
They both
Northern,
could play
I
any
just feel
fucking
so
position.
bad. Peter Bot and Poyo, they just select one person each game and make it their sole focus to make sure they can't play.
Yeah, that's pretty tough, man. It's a tough hand to be dealt there. I mean, and it's late enough that you spawn in at least with some kind of arsenal, so it's not completely free, but they have such an advantage over
I think
you.
so.
Scare and Queasy, though, 3 elims right now. This is that team, like I said, they were in the 173. If they can get a good chunk of elims the next 2 games, they can very well fight for one of the 2 spots that's available. You know, Queasy wants it more than anyone else. Let's see if Tyler and Boozier can put up a fight, though. They're already at 5 elims, so they're playing really well so far here.
2 shots left though for Tyler. The Gatekeeper not going to be able to use him. Scare is going to pick up that one. And I like this out of Scare and Queasy because you're saying 173. If you look at their placements, every single game but 2, they're inside of the top 10. They had a 13th and 18th that they kind of fell outside of that same consistency. The biggest thing that they're lacking though, because other teams have a similar placement history, it's elimination. They have 12. And if you kind of look at, you know, the other teams on the leaderboard, we have in the side of the 30s, Braids and Booga.
They don't know what they're
20s,
doing.
You even have Salt and Enough at like 17 with Aegis Ritual 18. So they're losing out on a couple points
I think
that the teams
generally,
above them
like,
on the leaderboard
Cold
are
and Rapid
collecting
are
by
just
their
like
lack of
losing it
aggression.
right
So
now.
with 2 games
I
left,
already
maybe
know
they
Cold is
realize
in
that
like
and start
crash
to
out
pick up the
mode
pace.
already.
Yeah, they're
He's not
definitely
in
on the
qual
lower
range.
side
He's
of
like, I want to
average
crash
balloons,
the
like,
fuck
across
out
the
and
board. And
qual.
to your point, yeah, their placement is very much on par with everyone else, well within, you know, the top 5 pretty much.
That's another thing about
it's
some
it's up
pros,
to them,
like,
really, if they really
how
want it, and
can-
it seems like they are at least
I don't
switching the
know if I
strategy
can
just
really
a little bit here.
say
So
this is really talking
see if they can
shit,
keep up the
but
pace
like,
realistically is what it comes down to for
how the
Gianzo,
fuck
though.
can you only
No
get
sweat,
on the
no
game
trouble in
for
Paradise either.
tournaments?
They're sitting dead center right now. Big material counts. Elims this game here.
Now,
Very much
here's
in a
the
race for
thing
first
about
as
that.
well.
I will
It's
say
not
this.
just the Peter Bot, Boyo, Acorn,
Cold,
Bolt show.
you
These
are
guys are all
you have
very much
definitely
in the
proven
conversation right
that
now.
you are one of the best, if not
It looks like, for the
like
most part,
one of,
Josh
or
Leon's
if
the
not
second
the
most
best NA
eliminations
fighter.
in the tournament behind Peter Bot and Poyo so far with 31.
Obviously,
this
the
game,
only
we start to add those
competition
on a little bit
between
later,
that
but
is
they're only 1 point shy
fucking
of
Peter
Acorn
Bot,
and Bolt, who are
but-
currently in first place. So even though Josh and Yamzo have nothing to lose, they already got their spot secured. They're playing because they want to win the entire thing. They want to start to build that momentum and be a team that.
No,
can be
some
clear.
of
So
these
that way,
players,
when
like,
the
okay,
EWC
so
finally does roll around, they can hopefully
Cold
get
and
a spot on
Rapid, they are
contest.
actually fucking duos. We've seen them in
Gotta
the
get
LAN
that
event playing
uncontested. That's
together.
gonna play a huge
Uh,
factor, of course.
But
Because then you get the
I
freedom,
don't
right, to,
know
like,
if
send someone
the
off to go
I seen
try to farm
okay,
some
so
points,
when
whereas
it was
you're full
trios,
contested, you know,
it
anything
was
still
Cold,
happen.
Ritual, and Peter Bot, and after trios formed into duos and everything, obviously Peter Bot went back to Poyo because he was already like promising everybody. He's like, I hope you guys know as soon as it's duos, like it's gonna be me and Poyo again.
A lot of that damage on way to the
And we already was like, oh shit. Then fucking that left Ritual and Cold wondering like, what are they gonna do? They stuck it out for a while, and then Ritual out of nowhere just fucking dropped Cold, and then Cold messaged Veno saying, this shit's fucking, this is,
it's great to see them start to
I
pick
can't
themselves
have
back up.
this shit. This is stupid as fuck. I got dropped. Like,
gonna
I'm
play out.
about to lock
Bouncing
in.
back.
Keep me on my fucking grind shit. Don't let me
They're at
fucking
2
slip
elims
at
right
all.
now,
And I was like,
228 on
oh
the
shit,
point
we haven't
threshold,
Cold
just
fully locked
holding
in.
on at this point.
But like, he hasn't won
You know,
anything
looking
or
at them early on,
anything.
like we
Like,
said, they were really
so is he
struggling,
actually
but
grinding? Or is he
here we
still
are
like
in
just
and
queuing
no
up for
more reboots.
tournaments?
They seem to have found their footing, so it's as much
And
their
if it's
opportunity
queuing
as
up for
anyone
tournaments,
else's
is it
to
only
really
the
take
ones
away
that it
here.
matters? Because I know Rapid
They
will
do
go
have
play
launch
with
pads.
anybody.
Gotta imagine
For,
Acorn
like,
has the
any
Flowberry
fucking
Fizz, so
tournaments
they're
that
just not
don't
worried
matter.
about this rotation too much. Let other teams start to move forward, and they're gonna deploy their launch pad down and try to just fly across these next couple of zones. Higgs and Curve, they don't have that same luxury though. Shockwaves is going to be the name of the game for them. They let Ritual go out first, try to trap Aegis by himself. They don't successfully land that play, but they also get good information about where they're rotating to so they can try to dodge it.
Fuck it.
I think they have really low material too. Like if you look at it, they're out of the heavy material. So Higgs and Curve not looking the hottest right now. They're definitely one of the weaker duos in contention right now. If they can pull something big through, it's going to make all the difference for them. Let's see. Meanwhile, up top, yeah, Acorn and Bolts playing this super safe here. An extra launch pad in hand as well. That's exactly the spot you want to be in. That's how you coast your way to some placement.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool.
Jumping back.
Nah,
into
that
the
ain't even pretty
position
cool.
down
That's just like
bottom,
that
though.
would be dope as fuck.
11 elims now. Firing their way up. Here comes the Shockwaves right into Bugha's area. You don't quite go for the fight first, so that's going to be a little bit favorable for everyone here, but they are going to find Chimp there in the layer above them. Can't be building in wood, not this high up.
Yeah.
You do become a target here.
Top 16 though. One team needs to go down.
Don't get me wrong, the Fortnite customs, that was definitely his own thing. That was hard to pull.
Accidentally gets Shockwave outside of the zone by Peterbot, having to use a Shockwave to get back. A lot of resources being dwindled down there from Peterbot and Poyo, but they're able to bypass this night zone.
I remember where he was doing customs both Fridays and Saturdays.
Still able to survive. Brave just has barely any HP. He's finally getting that shield back, but I think they finally ran out. Just like Yamso, he's going to go down. Josh by himself. We see him scrambling around, trying to get distracted by two other teams who are still fighting.
Yeah, I was gonna
There's
say,
literally
nothing
just
around
around
too, so maybe the Elam
honestly,
just came
that's
through,
like,
so he might actually get the HP off the Siphon.
I would
Jumping
say
back to
that,
Sphinx and Muzdale. Look at this.
what you're explaining,
Sphinx is up by himself here. Higgs finds
I was
elimination
gonna
off the
say
scare. Ooh, those are
the
some big
freaking
exchanges there.
little
Queasy's gonna be the
Marvel
next
rival team we
team
have,
to
but
pretty
even
much
then, that's
fully
all
fall
a round
there
table as well.
inside the top 15. Meanwhile,
And then one of my
High
friends
Ground,
as
Pollo
well.
and Peterbot are back at it, looking to set themselves up for a win here.
And we don't
Big
even do
pressure
anything
coming
for
in.
that.
They
Like, I'm
find
gonna keep it
visuals
real. I
there,
don't even remember the last time I
out the
played
sky
Marvel
like
Rivals.
it's nothing in
I don't.
threats.
I
Little
told
brief
everybody,
Peter
like,
Box loot here.
you
He's
guys
not
want me
gonna
to play and compete in
Not
it, like.
necessarily the best, especially since
But
they're
I'm
in
a
contention as well.
Fortnite
Good game
competitive
here with
comes
them
first.
Just outside of reach for the last game of the day.
How is
Josh is gonna
this
go down.
is what
I
I
think that's the end
started.
of Yamso and Josh in this game. Their fight for first is going to come down to game 8 as well. But Bugha and Braids, top 13, very minimal placement points just along with Curve and Higgs to start this game off. So they were 1 point differential between the two, and another elimination there as Bugha's just trying to go for the road unseen underneath. Let it open up. This could be a great play, but also this could
That's
turn
why,
into a
like,
disaster
for
depending on where the
Fortnite,
zone actually
like,
goes.
Yeah, it's either gonna be a
Fortnite only.
trap or a genius
I've already
strategy
like
here, but we'll see.
I've
Curve
only told
finds
one
some
person,
immediate
and I'm
competition.
prepared to
That's a great
like say it
elimination
on
for
stream
Curve
and
Higgs right
everything.
there.
I don't care
Brave
because
says,
like
I don't like it. I'm going
I said it earlier, not a lot of
Out he
people
goes.
watch,
Ends up
but
playing off well.
I've
This is
already
the
hit up
game
a
right now. He's
fucking
got a couple
Fortnite
more max to work with.
organization
Barely
on
dodged the
how
shot right
to
there.
fucking
is he
sign
still
up
in the
for
mix here?
signups.
Either way, he is standing tall and strong.
Yeah, no, I
saw
talked
him
about
inside
like
the top 10. I wonder if Salt was still
the
in
name
this game.
change and all that stuff, but
though,
like
cheeky
I actually
side angle off the Higgs.
I
Higgs
actually
got some
asked
serious
the
problems
question
now.
on how to get
24 down in
signups
front of
in
him, too.
finally.
There goes the finish, but no,
'Cause,
someone comes in from behind. Meanwhile, on high ground is Bolts
I figured
fighting for
out
it,
fucking
and he's gonna get a
what
top
name
6
I was
now.
gonna choose.
15 eliminations though for Peterbot and Pollo. Top 6, good amount of placement points. But if Peterbot and Pollo could continue to get eliminations here and win this game, they can certainly continue to close that gap. Higgs and Curve almost going down to a huge flank by Braids. They were able to end him and Bugha's run. 291
Oh yeah, no,
points. This is
real
also
talk. If I
their
was actually
chance
signed
monster
to an
start to
actual
pull
like
away for it.
Fortnite
With
team,
that
dude,
second team
best
that needs to
believe.
go to the EWC,
Give me a
Threats
good
goes down.
actual
Another
duo too. I'm
elimination.
full
There are
on locking
11
in.
total. One of 2 actual duos with a solo
To
still
a
up in this
like.
game.
Yeah, this is one of the more impressive teams that we're watching because everyone was very curious about Higgs and his dynamic.
Exactly,
What can
and I'm
they
not gonna
do?
lie,
For the
that's the
first time
same
now, we're seeing
situation
that
right now. Like,
excel,
yes, I
that
got one,
high level
but
of competition coming out of them back to back, plus 10 over 10 elimination games. So impressive.
we
for
literally
Curve and
haven't
Higgs. But
played
now you
one
have Peterbot
tournament
and Pollo
together
up top
yet.
Here to 2v2. Curve goes up first. He's the healthy one. He's got to take the fight to their doorstep. It's not looking good. He has to concede to low ground, and he's cost himself so much damage. This is not looking too hot right now. He's got Peterbot
and
below. He's got Pollo
I don't
on
know,
top
dude.
here.
Like
Curve's
I
gotta
keep
do
on
something
saying
big
it,
now.
dude.
Can he jump
Like
down and close this one out?
I'm ready.
3 mats, 2 mats.
Oh
Jumps
shit,
down.
is it
Pollo's
Peter
down
and
with
Pollo?
the
It's
ball.
Peter. Pollo
Damage
again,
in the
dude.
shot
Oh
from
my
Pollo
fucking
closes
god.
out. And they actually
Oh,
do that with
fuck,
19
no. First place,
eliminations there.
guaranteed.
Yeah,
That has to put, no,
back-to-back game
wait,
wins. They have
264 to
3
313.
overall. Peter Bonpoyo,
What's
if
a
you
win?
look at the leaderboard, you would have not have guessed they missed
That might put
game
him just
number
second.
1. It
It
only
did?
has me scratching my head with how many
Fucking A.
eliminations and the win. Are
Fucking
they in first place? That's the biggest question that I have, Zeke.
Now can they take it home?
Guys, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't even know who's looking up at top.
I'm gonna go crazy. Wow.
You know what's crazy?
This is
I'm
a
actually
statement, I feel
kind of
like,
shocked that
from
this
Peter
dude,
Bonpoyo. This is a
the guy
situation
named Blake
where
on the screen,
we
I'm actually
already
kind of
have a
shocked
fight
he's
spot,
here
right? We wanna
even
make sure that
commentating
when we get to
because one,
EWC,
he
wherever
retired
we
from
pick,
the
everyone
game
just goes,
completely.
"Oops,
Like he
that's
was a
Peter Bonpoyo.
Fortnite
We just
competitor
gotta-
as well. He
Just stay away
retired.
from
He
those guys.
retired
Why
from
don't we
that.
take the fight to them?
I think last
I-
season after
Dude,
not
I can't
qualifying
believe this.
for
They just dropped 19
the
elims.
fucking
We just saw an 18
or not
elim
global
game.
grand. Yeah, not
How
even
the-
land.
the
Well, yeah,
dude just
basically
fought
that too. Like
to
the
win
LAN
this
and
game. Higgs and
the
Kirk.
fucking
They
like
said, "Oh, you guys got
FNCS
18.
before the
That's really
LAN.
cool. We're just gonna go ahead
He
and
didn't
get
qualify
19.
for any of that.
I mean, you just can't.
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
Like, what do you do?
What do you do?
I don't know. It's crazy because
Oh,
High
no,
was
dude.
kind of going crazy. over
The
the first
only
couple of
actual
games
player
today,
that I could
and,
say
Peter
that
Bonpoyo,
played
props
and now
to
is
them 'cause they kinda switched up the
commentating
strategy.
right
They're
now
kinda trying to take
is
it a little
fucking
bit
literally
later.
that Blake
But as you
guy.
can see, it's kind of settled down a lot.
Blake
Like,
is
we
the
see
only
Sierra not
one
seeing
that
them kind of
actually
go up
is
for it
the
anymore.
player
I mean,
that
Akron Bolton
played
got
and now
shut
he's
down that game as
commentating.
well,
There
and
was
Solomon Parker
commentators
joined
that
the mix
play
there, so
like
Peter Bonpoyo
Aussie
have
Antics
obviously
play. Well,
secured the
he
high
does
ground, and
he
he's just leading
doesn't
with
actually
absolute
commentate like
domination.
this,
Like, that's 3
but
wins,
he
and
does
they've
it
only
off
played
of
6
his
games.
own
They've got a
streams.
50%
He
win rate in the
competes
qualifier
in
right now.
I think literally only
I heard
pro
London
am,
say
but
earlier
that's
Shark and
it.
Tini were the best reload team, and for everyone at EWC to watch out. I think NA has that crown. I think Peter
I'm
Bot
not
and
gonna
Poyo
lie.
are
Last
the
year,
best
that was.
reload
I'm not
team.
gonna lie.
Not even
That was
just reload, best
Lebicki.
team in
He
the
got that
world,
for luck,
because
dude. You
their
got the best
consistency
player
over
that
these
was in
last
his
few years
prime.
is crazy, and they're showing it today.
Yeah, Peter Bot,
proving the
dude.
point,
Like,
going
it
for the
was a destined win.
back-to-back reload Elite
He
Series
was
wins.
anybody. I remember
Like,
all the
that's
players
after
in pro
missing
am
game
last
one.
year, dude.
They
Everybody
missed
was hated,
game
or
one,
no,
and
Peter
they
Bot
are
hated
doing
or had
this
someone
well.
against something
I
against
just
anybody.
Don't even know. Like, look, y'all are used to
For
us
instance,
talking about Peter
the
Bonpoyo. Y'all are
clicks
used to
or
seeing this,
the
but
beef
still,
with
it's
clicks, literally
crazy.
the
Now, don't
FNCS
forget,
literally
it's still
just
top
happened.
two. You have
Fucking
one
clicks
game
lost by 11
left
points.
to go. You're gonna see these standings after after this break, okay? All right, remember we need to
To
be
who
top
else?
2.
Motherfucking Peter
We want
Bot.
to continue the run to
Because
EWC.
Peter Bot said, "Fuck
We'll be
it,
right back
he's
with
not
break.
taking this
Try to
shit
set
from us.
ourselves
We
up
gonna grief
for the
his
final
ass."
game. Don't go anywhere.
And they fucking did that. They griefed, and I wouldn't even really say they griefed because they fucking died to them. But like, clicks got knocked, Higgs didn't chug splash, and clicks died, and then fucking both Iamzo and Higgs died in the storm. So that's really what sold the tournament. Lost by 11, and I was just like, dude, that's crazy as fuck, dude. 11 points. You know what's even actually crazier? I remember sitting in my living room watching it on the TV in the living room with my little sister, and she was actually like into it, dude. she was like, so who are we supposed to be celebrating for? Who are we supposed to be cheering? I was like, all right, if you see a guy named Clicks, that's who we're celebrating for. And she's like, all right, cool. And nah, that's the... You know what's crazy? That's the story with Peterbot and Clicks, dude. Peterbot grew up watching Clicks fucking compete and shit. Never fucking win. And now look at the difference. Clicks, yeah, he has a lot of earnings, but no FNCS wins. This motherfucker, Peterbot, has 6 fucking FNCS wins. He's literally the Michael Jordan of Fortnite. Yeah, we watched Cars 3. Yep. And then, what was it? fucking there was a clip. Peterbot once said like, anytime Clicks changed his name, like he took the old username. Like that's how big of a fan that Peterbot was to Clicks, and then boom, became a big ass fucking name in the game. Started winning all this shit. Yeah, now everybody knows who Peterbot is. Like, look at this motherfucker. He just won 3 matches in Elite World Cup. About to go for a 4. I guarantee. I don't know, dude. Can they? That would be back to back. Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. They've been okay. I wouldn't say like they've been winning like ever since. There's been lots of cash cups, guarantee that, but they have not won like all the cash cups since that LAN event, but they have won a couple. And any of the tournaments they have played in together, holy shit, dude. Everybody's like, watch out. You guys woke up a demon at LAN event.
You guys just saw
and it wasn't even innocent, and everyone, and I'm shocked to say this, nobody is saying it's Peterbot this time. Everybody's like, you guys woke up Poyo, dude. We have not seen Poyo woken up since these two split, and it was trios.
We thought 19 elims is pretty good. 18 elims and a second place is also pretty dangerous.
Peterbot literally said at the LAN event, like live and shit, he was like, yeah, he's literally the best player. I want everyone to start saying he's the best player. Even when after like a couple days when he got home and shit, he even took it on the Twitter and said, I want everyone to start saying Poyo's the best player in NA.
They've had a couple of fumbles in there, right? 16th place,
and I was like, the best player saying call someone else the best player.
They currently stand on the leaderboard is just on the back foot of those giant pop-off second places where one time they got 18th, one time they got
I mean, yeah, I'll say it.
29 combined
the first rounded duos back in 2024, I believe it was. Yeah, Peterbot definitely carried Poyo. No discussion about that. This time, it's Poyo carrying.
If they don't
I
have
don't
one of
care.
those pop-up games and have one of those fumble games like you were talking about,
Poyo's like,
Luger
I'm gonna get
Braves
my
could
get
take
back.
over very, not easily, but it's definitely doable. This is still anyone's spot, and it's gonna be an insane last game, Zeke.
That's right, man. And obviously, we saw they're likely locked, right? We just need just a solid game. Just put some points on the board. We're probably good. We're going to EWC. But the question becomes, can
you're
we
winning
get rates?
from here.
Can they make the
You're winning
Honestly,
from here on
like
out. No more losing.
right?
And
They
he
would
was
be
like,
the game
fuck it.
of their lives here.
Who's the
Anything can happen in Fortnite, and anything will happen. The final game decide it all. Jacob PR, MDF, take it away.
Right, dude. What do you know about play?
When it comes to our top 2 spots, Mancha, 304 points is the goal to beat for that second spot. 258 points is the next highest placing team. I gotta agree with Zeke. The way these games have been going, with how aggressive they have been going, some of these teams need a game of their life.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a really close competition with the last chance here on the line. There's only one way to find out. And that's
820,
performance.
and then game 8 just started.
Three wins from Pete and Poyo.
Yeah.
Acorn and Bolt's got
I'm the same time period as Warriors.
With 1, and then Enough and Salt with 2. Not too many wins going around with multiple teams getting a couple, but it's all about those eliminations at the end of the day. We've certainly seen almost every single one of our qualifiers so far come down to eliminations, whether it's one or a few.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. I mean, when you have Pigs and Curve sitting at 304 and the gap being like 50 or so points, I mean, you just have to play really big.
Right.
Not only that, you probably have to find a way to stop them.
You see that, right? You see what we're looking at?
Right, everybody
Cold
on the
Rapid,
same time.
Tyler, Agers, Dozier was there. You know who's not here? Higgs.
Like obviously,
and Curve.
I
They
get
knew they were the
I get the
team.
whole,
That means they
you
are the
know,
number
one side of
target
the
from
world.
everybody
I
that
get
needs
the
a
whole one
qualifier
side of the
spot,
world's gonna
and
be
they
dark
went
and the
ahead
other
and
side's
played
gonna
it
be
straight
light.
down
Well,
to
then,
the
yeah,
strategy, not even landing there. Only
get it
our
then.
observers probably even know where Higgs and Curve are currently landing, but
Yeah.
Muzz and Sphinx end up with an early game elimination here.
Exactly.
20 on the other
Exactly.
side.
That's
It's
what
gonna
I
be a
was
big
just
fight.
gonna
20
say.
just needs to stay alive a little bit longer, get his teammate back in the game.
We don't need this. Oh yeah, it's 3
Working out
p.m.
here.
here,
Muzz
but it's like
playing pretty
5
fired up
a.m.
all
in the
throughout the
fucking.
day, but
It's
once
just
he
5
finds
a.m.
the
over
shots that
here.
matter most, end up finishing off. Muzz here buys himself a little bit more time. Comes Pollo too. We just talked about how, again, you have Peterbot, you have Pollo that can always play spoiler. They are the deciding factor sometimes if you are going to go to a LAN or not, right? They can determine where they want to rotate essentially and really influence how
That's
long the game
570.
you can have here. Speaking of which, Sphinx is just keeping his distance here. It seems like he doesn't want to get into too close to that fight at all.
That was a very scary situation there for a moment. Acorn, no shields. Bolts was taken down. Now we see
Place is
Higgs getting
crazy.
rocketed by Jack and
Curve
still
and
ends
Higgs in
up
fourth
able to take
place.
that fight. That's a big one by
Oh,
Higgs. That's
what they gonna
3
say
more
now?
points
What you
for
guys
their
gonna say
total.
now? Look
And they
who's
have
got
a
the fourth
decent
place
cushion
curse now.
against the rest of the teams
It's
below them
Higgs.
on that leaderboard. They just have to make it far
Actually,
in
I don't
these
know why I'm
games.
still saying that when the motherfucking clicks isn't
You
even
go
here
for
playing.
the
I should
elims.
shut the
I feel
fuck
like
up.
you kind of do, like, I think the safest way for you to build a comfortable cushion is for you to kind of push the elims here. You also don't
Nah,
want to force yourself
I'm just
into
like,
a terrible position.
I'm generally
so
confused.
We'll see what Higgs and Curve end up opting to do. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I'm just
definitely
generally
have had some of the
confused though
bigger
on the
games
fact
here.
of
Clearly on the evening, I didn't think any team
why
was gonna run up
is
them, but
clicks
Higgs and
playing
Peterbot
like
go for 19,
actual
so
dog
there you
water,
have it.
dude. I'm not gonna lie, I
They
probably.
switch drops. With Cold and Rapid
This is
overall.
probably
In
me just
comes a
being
flying
cocky,
missile.
but
Josh
put
and
me in a
Yamzo
99
land on Higgs, get a good first shot to
0
solidify
lead
the
against
actual
him. I bet you I could get
elimination
one
curve.
off of him.
He's elsewhere, so they're not going to be able to close the gap quickly, especially since he is lurking down below for towards the lead experiments. So it's not going to be hard at all for him to get
What's
Higgs back in the
unvaulted?
game. More so, it's going to be hard for Higgs to stay alive because we've seen this song and dance before. But it doesn't look like Yamzo and Josh are going after the chase right out of the gates. They're going to wait for him to drop and then go.
Yeah, it seems
Dude,
like they
those were all
definitely
battle
got the
pass
information
games.
they needed. Higgs manages to break loose though. Yeah, they're gonna give
Oh
it
my
up.
god, time to get hyped
too
over
far
skins that I
ahead.
got from the battle pass.
Like Higgs is now,
That's
yep,
what
fully
everybody's
on
saying.
and gone, so
That's what everybody's
luckily for him,
saying.
he'll have some room to work with. I'm curious what's going through Yamzo and Josh's mind here as far as
Yes,
like,
we
what
want
their
all
goals
the
for
yeah. Like
competition
if you're
now
gonna
are,
give
right?
us
Like, do they want to play hyper aggressive and try to push
Exactly.
the gap to catch up to Peterbot, or are they just looking for consistency all the way through?
and it's not even
preparation
OG.
for
Like
the final
I
game?
guarantee. Hold up, you said it was Captain Jones, War Machine,
all
and
ends up shaking out
fucking
in
whatnot. Yeah, that was literally. Yeah, that was Chapter 5, Season 4. Like, if anything, go back to. I'm not
Even
even
though
gonna
they
lie.
already
I
have
don't
their
even
spots
remember when
secured,
the
you
other
look back
Marvel
at the
season
first
was.
two
I'm pretty sure it was in
qualifiers, first,
Chapter
second,
2.
and third place.
Pretty sure it was Chapter
so
2,
far has
Season
been
4,
a
actually.
downward trend from what we've seen so far, but honestly, with everything on the line, I think every player is just playing a little bit more aggressive than they typically would in normal situations. Peterbot getting another, Noxy getting that elimination onto Jack. Cold and Rapid, they already have these 2 eliminations. If they go back to the strategy that won them the actual Reload Elite Series qualifier 1, they slow down the mid game. They're very aggressive in the early, and they pick up those natural eliminations at the
That's
end.
no,
Oh,
that's
look at
real.
this. Yamzo and Josh end up finding out where Curve was. Curve overstood his welcome here at the drop, and he actually ended up fishing him out here. This is going to be really bad now, actually, for Higgs and Curve. All things considering, you know, Higgs is playing off of scrap loot now. He didn't even get to loot.
Yeah,
this
no,
first
I'm gonna keep it
touch
real.
base
Like, I
now.
don't have none of the
And now
0
Curve's having to
.1s,
do the
and
same
I've already
here,
said
but
this. I don't
it's still
care about
very
the
early
sprites.
into the
I'll find them on
tournament,
my
you know.
own type shit.
Only zone
if I'd
3,
find
so
them,
they
hell
have
yeah.
a little bit of time to work
You're
with.
gonna
It's
throw a
definitely
gummy at
major
me?
setback.
Well then, fuck it then.
Yeah, and the only real silver lining is, you know, when they're eliminated, they're 12 seconds for reboot. They're
No,
not taking
because I
storm
forgot.
damage.
I
So
don't
when they do
remember.
fall, as you saw
Actually,
Curve
I'm pretty
there,
sure
he
it
comes
was
back
you
up,
that
goes
I
straight
was
to the storm,
playing
has a little
with
bit more
that I
time to work with.
fucking chucked
Brings
a
Luga.
peanut
Already
sprite
have
off
one
of a
elimination here.
fucking
You're seeing them
tower.
Take that launch pad in towards the end game, and I saw this in the feed. Was wondering how it played out.
I
Yemeni
fucking
just
shot
trying
at
to run
him a
away,
couple
create
times.
distance
Yeah, I
from
shot
Peterbot,
it a
but you
couple
know
times.
how
I was like, nah,
hard
get the
that
fuck
has
out of
been
here,
for
bitch.
anybody here today. Caliper ends up in the box. He gets knocked as well. I will say, even though these players are getting demolished by Peterbot and Pollo, it's only Nox, which means their teammates are still alive in the game.
Yeah, it only takes for them to really single you out, though, and get you right on the right edge of zone for it to go really bad. And then the rest of your corner, you're just going to get farmed out. So we'll see what Peterbot and Pollo end up ultimately doing as far as repositioning is concerned.
Let's usually kind of stay late here. Over at Elite Armory. That launch pad towards the back. I'm not sure who's actually there. Could be Acorn and Bolts because they too fight for the backside of that zone. Yep, you can kind of see them there in the distance. It is Acorn and Bolts. And honestly, Acorn and Bolts in a lot of the previous games so far, especially the early games, Bolts was going around looking for elimination.
Peterbot and Pollo, look at them just cruising the lobby, dude. Yep, they're going to win this. They're coming after everybody. First place, dude. They know they have first place. They're just like, oh yeah, dude, we about to make some money right here, baby. Fuck all y'all. Dude, I'm telling you, like, yeah, it was the land event. I generally think like that woke them up. Everybody was saying like, oh yeah, duos is back. Peterbot and Pollo are gonna win everything, and then they didn't win fucking Major 1, and then they didn't win Summit. Like, everybody started saying, oh yeah, these two are washed. They can't do anything anymore. Yeah, that shit just woke them the fuck up.
Be careful.
They was like, oh, you guys want a 2024 repeat? Y'all remember what happened in 2024? Won 6 out of 6 cash cups.
That's definitely going to help with the HP. You see, he has nothing left over. Just a Viz and Shockwave.
One FNCS with 1,000 points.
Knows where that was last at, and he's going back on over there.
Pretty sure second place literally had like 900 and like not even higher than 915. I swear to God, they didn't even have 920. Like, it was a pretty big gap if second place wanted to actually beat Peterbot and Pollo in 2024.
Scary team to have on your heels right now, considering how close you are to qualifying your way through. I mean, anything can happen if you fall this early, because it only takes a win for any one of these teams. And there you have it, because Curve and Higgs are not that far ahead. They've only earned a single Elam worth of points this game.
Less than 70 points overall.
Fuck Curve and Higgs. Take them out. I'm going to call Peterbot and be like, hey, these motherfuckers are over at this spot. Go take them out.
Ritual stayed at his POI as they do clean up that elimination on the Curve.
Wait a
this
minute.
time around in the last game of the day,
oh no, that was
Ritual
only
Agers
Curve. Never
learning
mind.
from their mistakes.
Fuck it.
They're going on
Every time
together
it's
as a
Curve
duo.
dead,
They
we just
find
see
Curve,
Higgs
but they
just
have
chilling
yet
off in
to
the
find
distance,
Higgs
just
here.
like not
And
doing
that's the
anything.
team they need
Bro,
to take down, because as long as Higgs and Curve stay in the game, eliminations or not, all they have to do is match placement with anybody else on the leaderboard, and they will pull through.
Only 2
It's a
teams
pretty
have
tough
died.
one to be in, because like Ritual and Agers,
Or no, only
their
one team.
eyes must be like on full alert right now, because you know, like, oh snap, we're right next to the team we need to take down. We have to hunt.
Right, I know I always say, like, I like
See
to
what they're
tank
fighting
Storm,
over
I
back
like
here,
to
that
be in the
launch
Storm a
pad
lot, but when
Viz,
it comes
the
to
launch pad,
reload,
cover
dude,
distance. And no matter where the
I'm
zone goes,
good.
for
I
either
don't
one of these
really
teams
like
over at
the
Elite
Storm
Armory, that's
then.
their primary mode of rotation, as long as they have the heals to make it possible. So Peterbot does go down. Rapid
Yeah,
going down as well.
and
Both of them
being
get
on this
cleaned up.
map with the fucking
And I do like to see it, even with a lead,
fucking
Peterbot
launch
and
pads,
Pollo, they're
dude,
not slowing
it's
down.
the ones from
Pollo did get
that
knocked, too, to the hands of
Agent
Jack right before
freaking
that, so
like
seems
season,
Peterbot and
like
Pollo
in
kind
chapter
of
6.
lost their momentum a bit here, even though they have 16
They're the
points.
super launch
You can see
pads, so
Mason
yeah,
Aegis and
everybody
Mason
uses
coming.
that.
That was way too fast for him to react. He tries to put a wall up, and they just break right in. That's what happens when you have those wood walls, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think everybody's about to do the same thing that Pete's been doing, start griefing him now. Guess what? Pete literally is the king of the griefing game. He's gonna fucking... Dude, just let him find you in the next tournament, dude, if he loses this. That's all I gotta say.
23 points. Threats getting one elimination here, so boosting them up the leaderboard ever so
Yeah,
slowly, but
they were in the
just trying
lead
to
by
go ahead
41.
and make it to this end game, and hopefully those teams go down early.
And they're still going. Look, they just hit 400
Bit of
points.
revenge here as he does get the revive onto Pollo.
Yeah, some payback there. 7 elims now for them. They needed the loadout for this duo here.
No, because
These are
they
all good
just
things
got.
for Pollo and
I don't know,
Peterbot.
'cause did they say
Again, given the
placement
amount of
points are even in it yet?
Eliminations that they got traded back
Because
and forth on either side.
if
so
placement points
definitely
isn't,
needs to
I
come
think
find themselves in the
eliminations
Look at
is
this.
3 points.
Higgs and Curve It's looking a little dicey. It still is kind of right now. You see
That would
even the
be
mad
actually
split comes
fucking
out right there. They're just
diabolical
trying to get
shit.
each other situated here, but the lack of material going into Zone 6, look how tight the Storm is starting to close the map here and now. This is going to be more and more difficult for you to really get situated, and the mammoth shot comes in and lights Higgs up. This is not looking great at all. Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's
This is
not.
bad.
Higgs is getting
Yeah,
bullied, dude.
Reeves
He doesn't got
literally
clicks.
Just turned off. No chance
sorry.
for Higgs to get
Gosh.
back to 307 points. If they go down here, it's not instantaneous by any means, because remember, there's around a 46-point gap, and Curve goes down! A 46-point gap, and Curve and Higgs just lost the plot.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
I was just gonna say, they
bye-bye.
shockwaved right
There
over
goes
as
Curve
he was
and
breaking
Curve
down
and
the
Higgs.
stakes there.
Do they
And they
qualify
went
still or no?
straight into the
Probably fucking
box.
not. Let me see
There
who's
was a
all.
weak wall there. Oh my gosh.
Let's
So
see. Second
now
place.
we're really gonna have to
Second
start
place
looking at that
is
307
qual.
point threshold.
Ed.
Bugha, Braves, Agers, Rituals, Visuals. I mean, enough insults. For Christ's sakes, we're also in the 200-point threshold. Everyone has a chance. But I think it's going to come down to win for the majority of those guys. If you're far down, you basically have
Only
to
question
win, 'cause
is
you have to jump over the
Bugha
other
still
competition
alive?
as well.
If Bugha's still fucking alive, Bugha could take the qual.
You really have to be careful, because you look at the
Oh my
side right now.
gosh.
Peter
Hold
Bot
on.
and Poyo poised for
He's at the
another
fucking- he's
high
on the
ground
bottom of the,
game. Vivid said it
like,
himself.
middle of
They
it. He's
missed
in the
game
middle
one
of it
so
all.
far. 3 wins out of 6 games played. This is their 7th over a 50% win
Where's
ratio
Bugha?
so
Yep,
far.
I see
But
Bugha
this is the other
6.
team that they have to
There
watch
we
out
go.
for on the other side. They've not only played for high ground early, they've been known to contest for it late, and that's Acorn and Bolts. With their spot already secured, the only thing that they're looking forward to, Monster, from here on out is winning the entire tournament.
Yeah, all they gotta
so
worry
tough.
about,
These are
or
all, like,
no,
tier-
all
like,
they
we're
gotta
talking
worry about is
legitimate
4th and
tier
5th,
one
because
options, right, for this
3rd
last
place is already
qualification spot here.
qualled,
Higgs and Curve
and then
clearly
Peter Bot and
now
Poyo,
holding
like
on
I
to
said, they're
breath.
already qualled. They're
But
just
you
playing
have
this for the
Bugha,
fucking money.
you have
Literally
Agers,
any team that's qualled already,
Rats,
they're
like, these are
playing
all
for money.
Very legitimate competitors
yeah.
that are still in the game right now.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, Curve and
Rituals
Higgs,
must
they're
move
done
here
for,
towards the
so
end.
they can just, they
He's
just
in
got,
top
yeah, they gotta
14
pray that
already.
Bugha
Another
doesn't
team
pass
just
them
fought.
up.
Salt actually found elimination there onto Mason.
Which,
Moving Braids have a chance
Bugha's
now to really take off
267
here, but
right
again,
now.
They're going to need a lot of eliminations and
To that,
plenty
what,
more placements to
307?
back
I
it
don't
up.
even know what the fuck they were
They
at,
are
because
next in line to
the
make it
point
possible.
thing wouldn't
Sees where the
refresh. I
zone
didn't
goes.
see
Bugha
what
immediately
Curve
start
and
to
Higgs were
rotate out.
at.
I'm not sure what movement they have left over, but you can see an empty item slot in Bugha's inventory. Doesn't look like they have many shockwaves, crash pads, or anything of that sort. So even though this game was already hard, it just got harder, especially with Yamzo and Josh positioning themselves just one box above you. You have to be careful at all turns, because even Muzz and Finks, who have their spot secured, are also feeling the
Damn,
pressure.
so he's not in qual range.
Yeah, this is really coming down to the wire now. Muzz and Sphinx, they're fighting for prizing here.
Damn.
And of course, reputational
Damn.
stake, Ritual, Agers.
I'm
back
pretty
out,
sure,
254 right
yeah,
now, find themselves a
the
nice little
Ritual
refresh
and
right there.
Agers, I'm pretty
Onto
sure
the
they need a
hands.
qual
Also,
too.
Threats
I've
there,
heard a lot
full
about they
finish,
need a
so
qual for this,
Visuals
qual for
down.
that.
Threats is down. This is perfect. If you're of
Hell
course,
yeah, dude.
Ritual and
I think
Agers
it was
here, all you have to
Ritual.
do
He
now
has
is
the freaking
find a
best
way to
exotic
jump over
AR
Bugha
ever,
and
the
Braids,
fucking
who I still see
OXR one.
alive in the mid-round.
The one that
Peter
shoots
Bot's
like a
gonna play that
fucking
big
laser
round there.
gun. Oh
He's
my
getting a little
god.
bit closer here.
He's dead.
Oh no. Oh no, Ritual is going to go
Yep,
down. It's
they're
not
just
only the high
chilling,
ground, but
looking
the other
down.
teams as well, looking in that direction.
Peter
but
Bot
the
just
knock
killed
onto one,
Ritual.
there's
That's
no
crazy.
extra HP for
Teammate
Agers.
killing
He
next
needs an
teammate.
elimination if he
Ex-teammate's
wants to try
going
to get
against
back.
each other,
Even with the
basically.
shields, you see him burning through his materials here. Only 4 left to protect himself, and he's not even in zone just
Come
yet.
on, Agers. Oh,
Yeah, this is pretty
Chick-fil-A
tough. It was
Agers.
actually Peter Bot who took out Rituals, playing that mid layer, but Bugha and Braid secure the extra elimination here.
Come on, Bugha.
285 now.
Yeah, no, he's
And
going
they
for it. He
hold
wants
on.
it back.
They're in ninth
He
place.
said, "No,
They
that's
need a
my
couple
qual
more
spot."
placement points and an elimination or 2 to really be solidified here. But you have Muzz and Sphinx hounding them here, fighting back.
Holy shit.
Meanwhile, for high ground, I am enough and Salt also recognizing that if they want to go to land, they need the win here. And Peter Bot and Boy, of course,
Yeah, Pete went
don't
down so
care
they
about
chopped
what
Fight
you want.
down.
They just want to fight for everything here. They're
That
going
was
to
a
break out
smart
the high
play,
ground now.
honestly.
And he's going to send everyone flying down. They did have a Flowberry Fist.
Yep.
It's going to keep them alive and in the game here still. 4 eliminations for them. 307 is the cutoff. A win can do it for them as well. Peter Bot, Boyo out of material. Boyo's down. Bolts is in the low ground. Acorn just getting
Damn,
blended
Bolts
up
and
too.
Acorn
They're
just
gonna
said
get full finish
kapoof.
here. I think
Foil's
we're going to
down.
see someone else take the spot here, Jacob.
Yeah, we might have a chance here. Enough and Salt still alive down below.
Oh my
Yamzo
gosh.
getting closer and closer to
Oh.
Peabot and Boyo. They are literally less
so close.
than
Yeah,
10
nah, this is
points
what that's what I
away
was
from
talking about. I Am
qualifying to
Enough was a
EWC.
no-name
Bugha
player
and
literally a
Braids,
couple
only 2
chapters ago, and he's
eliminations.
trying
And
to
if you
fucking
think
make a
back,
name for
Monster,
himself.
last
He
game,
wants.
Bugha was put in
He's
a
a,
blender,
he's
and
also
found
a
another
player.
one onto
Him and his
Yamzo.
duo
They're
need
going
to
eclipse
qualify
that
the LAN
300
event.
point
So
mark
yeah,
with
I would
Stray coming from
expect
down
him
below.
to
Braids
be
is outside
busting
the
his
zone.
ass
They're
off
both
this
getting
last
eaten
game.
alive, but they find their way back. 307 points. They are on the line. 1 elimination, 1 placement can do it.
This can go either way now.
Both
Salt
of them
and Enough
are.
put major
I
pressure
wouldn't
down.
say they're
Meanwhile,
healthy,
Scare
but
lurking on the layer right above Bugha and Braids.
you got fucking
Low ground team
Bugha
starting to
still
look up as
alive.
well. Pressure coming from all angles and danger lurking nearby. It can
307,
go
dude.
any
They're
which way. See what Braids gonna do here. They're gonna leave 1 to go in and pop the med kit just to play for placements. I love this play for Bugha, but the zone bounces back. A little bit of a favoritism there. And look at this, Braids is safe there. Just on the edge. Is Bugha making a mistake by not taking that little bit of extra seconds there? We'll find out. Braids gets an extra point here. If nothing else, they've done enough to jump up. But remember, the winning team still on top here. Salt and Enough are still in it. Can they go for the 3-peat?
312 points right now for Bugha. He's on his very last med kit. Crash pads to make it in his zone. Salt gets another elimination.
Oh, but he's already
throughout the
getting
course of all
tagged,
this.
too.
Bugha getting pressed in the backside of zone.
Where are
Crash
you
pad, the only
going?
hope. He's
That
trying
pizza's
to make
not-
his way to
dude,
that mending
I
machine.
hate this
He
game
has the goal,
sometimes.
but he does not have the time. 312 points. I Am Enough and Salt. That's 6 points for the actual eliminations. A couple more for the win. I think Bugha and Braids
And
have done
I
it.
Am Enough,
and Salt
no,
have to
this
play
should be
one
the dub.
perfect. There goes the
Yep,
first down
I
on
Am
the
Enough
Buzz.
gets the
Sphinx
dub
by
in the
himself.
last game. Does that do it?
297 points.
Does
They
he
win the
fall
game,
then?
but
Wait, where
Bugha
was he
and
falling
Braids
down
seem
to?
to have qualified.
It was so close.
He was in
3
first place for a
victory
while, and
royales
then-
in a singular tournament setting for I Am Enough and Salt, and it will likely all come down to whether or not they could have pulled through just a little bit more points there, Jacob. Well, in the end, game 8 was phenomenal, and that's going to be wraps from us there, Zeke.
Okay. First off, before we say anything, I'm gonna hold the Z because I'm for Jacob PR. MDF, thank you guys so much. Fantastic cast of the day.
No fucking way.
I Am Enough. Salt. Big moment. Another Victory Royale. Fantastic stuff out of them. Love to see that. We saw them perform very well.
But
the day,
it don't
right
fucking
leg, you know, we
matter.
had that moment earlier
The
on.
man,
You
the
were saying-
myth,
you
the
were talking, you were saying,
legend,
hey, they're gonna
the
push
old
high ground. This is still a
motherfucker.
big performance out of Duo,
Bugha's
right?
still qualled.
It is a very big performance. They obviously after that second
Bugha
win
qualled.
kind of slowed down a little bit, but they finished
He
strong.
got fourth
You know,
place. That's
they
gotta
be a
qual,
little bit
dude.
disappointed not
That's
getting
gotta
that
be
last qual
fucking
spot,
qual.
But they still have something to be proud of because this is an up and coming duo, and
Yeah,
they just showed what they're capable of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good
A
ass
big learning
fucking duo.
experience for
That
sure.
was-
I mean, we kind of the conversation has been, yeah, you know, Pete and Polio, they've only queued up for 7 of these games. Like they missed one. It feels like for Enough and Salt, they kind of missed like 4 games because they only really had 4 solid games where they actually were able to pick up.
Good last
obviously a decent
game.
amount of points, and for
Yeah,
a long
good
time,
last
I mean,
game
they
for
were in
sure.
first place, so
If they definitely, I would say
crazy way
this.
to kind of end the competition here for Enough and Salt.
Yeah. If they
So,
would have
let's
definitely got more
bring up-
eliminations that match,
Bring up the,
probably
hey,
would have
Justin, give me
talked
the-
about something different. Like
give me
he
the-
probably they probably would have qualled. Let's go, Bugha qualled! Bugha!
Oh my god! He did!
Dude, fucking A, Bugha.
Vivid! I cannot believe
The old
day
man
of- I had
qualifying,
to hold
holy
Ezekiel's up to this
shit.
point. I was gonna just lose it, but I was like, we gotta focus on those people. The Lion! Vivid, he did it! Bugha's going to EWC!
The amount of puzzle pieces that had to
Bugha
find their
didn't
way
qual
to
for
fit
the
into
Summit
this
Lane
storyline
event that we got to
perfectly.
watch, and
For
he
this
said,
one, the
"Fuck it, I'm
fan,
going
I
to
mean,
Paris,
Hicks and Herb
motherfuckers."
Getting shut down.
He
The
said-
final game just getting pushed by so many different duos like Aiders and Ritual to try to prevent them
Oh,
from
they will.
qualifying. It
There's
ended
no
up
way they
working.
don't
They
street
go down
it.
with 307 points. and Bugha and Brave.
I've been like,
they
I'm not gonna
literally
lie, for
make
all
it
the like
to
finals and
the exact
final
placement
events
and
and
the
whatnot, I've been
exact
trying
amount
to
of
see if
elims
like
that they
this
needed
thing
to
is
actually
like live for any of
qualify.
that
We
stuff.
were biting our nails
Because
here watching on the
I
edge
don't
of
know,
our
I did
seats.
the watch parties.
did it,
Like I
like-
said, after the first one,
They did it.
I want to
indeed,
keep
Vivid,
doing
and
this
it
shit.
all
It was
goes
pretty
back
cool.
to that solo
But
clutch
at the
by
same
Bugha.
time,
That's one of those puzzle
I definitely
pieces
want to
that went
be
together to get them to the amount of
having
points they
eyes
needed
on
to
me
qualify.
in
And it
tournament
just
type
shows
shit.
You should never give up. Bugha was about to retire after not qualifying Summit, and now he's going
Yeah,
back to
right.
land
Bugha
where
was
he
nah.
belongs.
Let's just talk about
It's
that.
so
Bugha was about to
incredible.
fucking
Fortnite
retire,
is such a
dude,
big
and he
moment
just
for him.
qualified to fucking
I
pairs.
love to see that. So well fought from them. They fought just so
Bugha was
hard.
like
this was such a
literally
difficult fight. This was the last
milliseconds away
qualifier.
from hanging
Backs
it up
against the
and
wall.
saying,
And
I'm
like you
done.
said, like off of a single solo clutch. Suddenly,
Nah, he
they
just
were
said,
back
fuck
into
it, I'm
contention,
going to
right?
qual for
And they
Paris
just
real
went back
quick,
and forth
though.
Between Higgs and Curve, and we saw Aegis and Ritual.
Talk
they were
about a
on sides
last
together thinking,
no,
hey, if we just fight Higgs
I
and
don't
Curve,
don't know if
we
this
have a
is
good
true,
chance, right? 'Cause they were just fighting
but
Bugha
I feel
direct,
like
and we can
when
maybe make that happen.
2027 starts,
While all of that
we're
transpired,
not
it was
gonna
enough.
have
They
Bugha
put the
be
pieces
playing in
together.
tournaments no
They're
more. I
going
feel
for
like this
EWC.
is
We've
his
also
actual
can't
last
forget as
year.
well, Acorn and Bolts have secured themselves a spot, but we kind of knew that.
I don't know,
right?
because
They were
I feel like
performing
he's
so
gonna
well this
retire,
whole
but
time,
I've
and they
also
had
heard
such
like
a strong
on
lead to see that through
like
to the
clips,
end.
I've heard
I
him
love to
say
see that
like,
duel, and now we get to see them
what's
compete
there,
once
what else
again
is there to
on
do?
land.
Like
Oh yeah, it's gonna be super.
he
super
always
fun. As
finds
you
his
can
way
see here,
back to
all
this
of the
fucking
teams
game,
that kind of
grinding and
qualified
shit.
through that we're gonna be seeing over there at EWC. 40 total duos, which, you know, by the way, if you don't necessarily know about the format,
That's
for
fucking
EWC, this is
crazy,
not
all the teams
actually
that
your
are qualified.
qualification to the finals. There's a little bit of a process once you do make it there onto land. But yeah, we have 39 of our
Fucking
duos. Looks
A,
like
bud.
NA West. When that one wraps up, we will have all 40. And yeah, I cannot wait to see how this one pans out.
Well,
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good
besides
about our representation for
Bugha
NA going
qualifying
into this esports
and
World
both
Cup.
Acorn and Bolts,
Like I said,
obviously,
Peter
congratulations
Boyle.
to them. Peter Bottom Pollo won
Best
the
reload team. I'm sorry,
tournament.
London. I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. But it's gonna be crazy to see how it plays out. Let's go. This is exciting.
That man,
Dude,
Fortnite
every
is
time, why is it
so
always taking me to my
so
favorites,
dope,
put me into my
man.
locker.
I'm just blown away by yet
We do it for
another-
you,
Every
Pete.
time I feel like I'm like, you know, I've seen it all. It's Fortnite's like,
You know
see,
why
you
it
have
happened?
no
Because
idea
I
what
was
you're
in
talking about.
here
You've not
during
seen
the
anything
EU,
yet. Wow.
and
Gentlemen,
I looked at
obviously,
the
before we
championship
start to
things and
kinda
I
wrap
just
up and
cried.
say goodbye, I'd love to give you guys the floor.
I didn't even cry
Next up
IRL.
is
It was just the game.
EWC.
Hold up, where is it at?
How
Yeah,
did
I
you
did
enjoy
this,
today? What are your closing
and then
thoughts?
boom,
Vince,
they
start
won.
with you.
I mean, listen, I think we have.
I
to
came
give
over here,
giant
listened to the World Cup thing,
I mean,
fucking
honestly,
cried,
first game was
Bugha qualled.
They brought Pollo. They played a second game, and they got 15 points in that game. So,
wonder-
I mean, essentially, you can kind of chalk up these guys.
Yeah, that should be
played
Peter
6 games,
Pollo.
and
That should
they
be
were
Peter
able to go
Pollo.
ahead and mount an incredible comeback. 3 wins across all 4 of these qualifiers.
Nah, it
They
was,
did it when they got second place. So,
it was
an
Vico.
incredible feat throughout the year, and I love the kind of Blake called it out. The best reload team, man. They got to be considered.
Yep, that's gonna be Pete and Pollo for sure.
And I would say this tournament, as they say, was
Ooh,
cinema,
look at
and
that.
It never disappoints. So it was a great time being back here on the show, and I'm happy to see Peter Bot and Pollo win again.
Right.
You know, I'm a big fan.
Not even that,
Seeing the
but look
back-to-back-to-back
at the
was
leaderboard.
awesome.
First place,
And
not
thank
to
you guys for
mention,
having
it
me.
was
Like, thank you so much for hanging out with us, dude. It was fantastic.
pretty
having
close
you
to
be
a
part of
60-point
this.
lead.
So much
I'm not gonna
insight
lie.
to be learned from you. Obviously,
I would say
Vic, you know, thankful for
62
you.
and 80
Shout out
point
to
lead.
Jacob and MDF,
Yeah,
and of
Peter
course,
Bot
the
won
EU
this
crew.
shit.
Now the next step is EWC. That's happening in Paris. If you want
Shout out Peter Bot. Shout out Peter Bot. Fucking A, dude. Oh my god, who's all fucking live though? That's the real question. I just went back to the fucking lobby and shit and whatnot. we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Oh shit. Fuck me, dude. That was fucking crazy. I seen the leave party and I was like, did he mean to go back to lobby? And then I went back to lobby and I was like, fuck, I just realized what I did. Good thing I own all this. You're really not getting a good deal on anything in here, though. That. Yeah, no, real talk. Sad as fuck. Like, I already know that I'm never gonna get my wish for, like, unvaulting stuff, but, dude, you unvault this stuff and it's not even worth it. Can I get the Orange Justice emote, bro? At that point, like, you guys are just rage baiting us. Mm-hmm. Ooh, who's all live? Who's all live? I'm seeing a lot of gray screens. That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck? The streamer game stream is still on, or am I just like tripping out right now? Uh, are you sure? Oh, I was about to say that's who I'm seeing live, but I see a gray screen, so I don't know if like everybody that's gray screen's just rated out or whatever. Hold up. I want to see this real quick. Yeah, no, I'm definitely about to say this. See, we were just talking about me in a duo situation earlier, dude. My fucking duo's on streaming a different game. Like, holy fuck, dude. Play FNCS, get your 14 tournaments in. Yeah, no, I've heard that game's actually boring as fuck, but but people will sit there and play it for like hours on end, and I'll just be like, but it's boring as fuck. I don't get it. Yeah, that was another thing that I heard too. If you don't like have a good cover or anything, like you're just fucked. Yeah, no, DayZ was boring. I played that. I sat there on stream with my friend Mikey and my friend Skylar for like I think not even an hour, and I just sat there just staring at what they were doing because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. Yep. Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna go to sleep and whatnot. Gonna have a fucking long day tomorrow. Y'all.